Hey, hold on. Oh, yep. Greetings, fellow Empyreans. I'm Ashrothi, and today is a little bit something different. We are actually mentoring a new Eve player. He's actually a bigger streamer. It's part of this We Hype sponsorship deal, which is really cool. So they've paired us up with other streamers from other things like World of Warships, and we'll be mentoring them. So he just got done with a pretty cool World of Warships game, and now he's trying out Eve Online for the first time. There is a squad stream going on. I'll figure that out in just a second, but I'm going to bring the audio back on. He's trying to get the, he's just starting his character creation. All right, here we go. Yeah, so the state is the corporate meritocracy of New Eden. Basically, when all of their other institutions failed, the mega corporations took over day-to-day life of the Caldari state, and at this point, they are all about the corporate life, and when you're born into your corporation, you live for your corporation, et cetera, et cetera. So very authoritarian often. But at the same time, the 8 mega corporations also have their own internal conflict. But we don't have to go into like the lore of things too much if you don't want to. But it is worth noting that while all these decisions may seem really intense, it doesn't actually control what you have access to once you start playing. You can train into any ship in the game, and it honestly doesn't even matter which race you start out with, because it's like less than a day of training to then like pick up the skills that a different race would have had as opposed to yours. And so really it is cosmetic, and it's flavor based as to what who you were before you became a capsuleer, more or less.
Who you were before you became a capsuleer. So capsuleers are not like bred. They were regular people before?
Yeah, there's actually a video called the Eve Origins, which was the original like opening up of the thing, or the opening video. But if you notice, that guy was in that big pod thing. We actually have these implants that let us jack into our capsule and interface with our ships directly. But as part of that, there's also another system that when our pod is breached, it scans our brain, downloads or saves the state of every neuron in our brain, and then sends it via fluid router to our home station, where it gets downloaded into a new clone, which is why we are immortal in this game. But as part of that, we are no longer human. We are now clones. We're ghosts in the machine. So, and that is a capsuleer.
Okay, I got a little bit lost here on how to actually get to...
Let me see. Are you sharing your screen yet to the Discord?
Did I not start it?
I don't think so.
Okay, hold on. Share your screen. That's launcher.
Oh my.
Hold on. Display and graphics.
Hello.
Where is fixed window? Would that be it?
Which one? What are you looking for?
I'm looking for full screen windowed mode. Does that exist?
Yes, that is fixed windowed.
Fixed window. Roger that. Okay, apply.
Although I generally stick with windowed mode, but that's because I like to reshape it however I need to at any given time. But if you know exactly what size you want it to be, you can make it fixed window.
Share the screen without it, because if I mini-maze, the Streamlabs doesn't, the OBS doesn't register it. So
fair enough.
Okay, yeah, there it is. Just gonna mini-maze Discord. There we go.
I'm working on the
apply button.
I'm working on my levels.
The power they would have, they would be immortal.
That's so fun. Pants. When I was creating my first character, everything was so dark because the brightness on my monitor was so low, and I forgot about it. I couldn't see the guy's pants. I could barely see him. No matter how much I turned the brightness in game, the dude was just so dark. I was like, why is this game so dark?
That's hilarious.
I think I'll leave it at this. Choose your education. Combat, pilot, center, science. Yeah, that's combat. Choose your name. What do we call ourselves, chat? We call ourselves Hans, Flumby, Bombi. I should call myself Bombi. No shades? I actually didn't see. I can put the shades on. We can't see. You can't see what? What can you not see? Captain Hans? Do I need to put Captain in there? We still see the character generation screen. Yes, like
Yeah,
I'm still creating the character. Hey, potato.
That's where we're at right now.
Scene might be frozen. No, dude, look, it says full name. Is that what you're seeing? Yeah, that's what you... Oh, wait, what? Wait, hold on. He might be right, actually.
All right, guys.
Hold on.
Thank you so much for that. Man, trying to balance everything right now. Coming in with the hype train. Thank you guys so much. Holy crap. Hold on.
Okay, let me add another one.
It's over there. It's on the table. Once again, oh, man. I mean, we're going to be doing this for the next 2 hours. I legitimately didn't prepare for this.
Oh, come on.
You guys are so awesome. If we hit at least level 4 hype train, then I guarantee we will do at least 2 scope syndication skins giveaway later today. Oh my gosh, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
Why the hell does this not work?
All right. I also obviously put up his stream to me. So, all right. What issue are you running into here?
I'm running into the issue that once I swapped from the game capture, once I swapped the graphics from full screen to window, it literally froze and it wouldn't work. So I'm trying to add another game capture.
In my thing when I did game captures, I think I have to. Nope. Hold on. My guys are giving me a hype train right now, so I'm kind of trying to balance a lot at the moment.
Yeah, it's fun.
But let's see.
Dude, it literally worked before, and now it doesn't work.
I don't have it as a. I don't have it. I don't use a game capture. I use a window capture. Maybe that might be.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to switch to the monitor capture thingy.
Yep, that's what I do. Well, yeah. Window capture.
I don't know why though. It worked without any problem.
All right, I'll be back in just a second. My son's being.
The name is unavailable.
Warping to Stargate.
There we go. Although, hold on. Let me see if I can find the shades for you guys. Where would that be? Would I put that on eyes? Or top? Oh, no.
Immortal.
That would be... Where did they hide there? Eyewear. Oh, it's all the way on the bottom. Jesus. Looking slick.
You guys are totally nuts.
That's way too futuristic. I think the very first ones are perfect.
There are also technically more clothing, and I'm not sure about sunglasses. Well, yeah, there's some other eyewear that you can get once you get into game. Like, there's
No. The game swapped me to science. No.
Don't worry about it. No. That means nothing. So much nothing, it doesn't even matter. Like.
Oh, okay. It's like, why?
That controls, like, basically 2 things. It controls where you start. It controls what system that they put you in when you first start. And I think it might control what NPC corporation you drop into. Because you have to be in a corporation. So if you leave a player corporation, you default into an NPC corporation. That's literally all the school changes. So you're 100% okay now. But you did just skip the tutorial. So...
What?
Didn't you?
What? Was that the window that I closed?
Yeah, it asked you whether or not you wanted to skip the tutorial or proceed with the tutorial, and then you appeared in the station. So I can only assume that you've clicked to skip the tutorial.
Is there a way for me to launch the tutorial afterwards?
So you can, but at this point, your two characters are basically in the same position. So you could either launch the tutorial or open up the...
Let's launch the tutorial so they get the feel for it. And then I'm going to switch to the...
Well, you'll be doing the tutorial on both sides. The only difference is if you remember when you first woke up and there was like no UI at all and you had to like pan the camera around, that's the part that you skipped. That's it. There's still a whole bunch of tutorial left on both of your characters, I believe. But if you open up the agency right now, which is the agency windows, that top button, then if you go to the help section, nope, you totally skipped the tutorial. That's cool.
My chat was probably not going to believe this, but I did the tutorial and the whole thing on my own without any help. Actually fine. And now I just like... potato.
That is... The lesson learned here is that EVE Online is the kind of game that one click can cause irrevocable damage. So be careful on what you're clicking on.
So the best thing to do right now would be to create... Can you delete a character?
Sure, you could. But, I mean, at this point, you might as well just switch over to your main, and then we can get on with the rest of the show. Because really, we just did this to show the character creation process, and that's what you're done with. Right?
Kinda.
How much further into the tutorial did you get with the other character?
I finished the entire tutorial.
Oh, okay.
7 missions or so, which I wanted to kind of show them, because it also introduces you to your... what's it called?
Worst case scenario.
Adjutant?
Worst case scenario, you could log off, go back to your character select screen, make the third character, randomize the entire character creation process, and then say, yes, I do want to do the tutorial.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, as it turns out.
Oh my god. Okay, so close that. Add a character. Or do I just add in, like, yeah, let's make
whatever you want, man. You already have a Caldari, so that's going to be your G to alt if nothing else. Mimitar is the current event. So
the game froze.
That's even better.
This is off to a great start. Dude, what the hell? Yeah, I think we're stuck, chat.
Can you just close it? Like, can you just close it and reopen it?
Okay. Hold on. Let me switch to... I'm gonna have to... Oh, wait.
All you guys that got the hype train emotes, go ahead and post them in chat.
Yeah, quit the game.
Thank you so much for that again. Especially to Adriland and... Where was it?
This is good content.
No meaning
Jesus.
For those gifted subs.
Don't ask. I don't know why.
07s.
I wonder if this would work now. Let me see. Yeah, look.
Yeah.
Now it works. Now the...
Did you close the client and reopen it? Or did you...
No, I mean, now even the game capture works.
Oh.
That's the thing. Although, where did my cam go?
I mean...
Oh, hold on. There we go.
You expect everything to work at the same time? This might not be the game for you.
Oh my god, what is going on? Okay, we'll take Galente because we already have the other two. And lists. Whatever. Let's just go with this one.
Gonna be Asian, Galente, or Intaki? Intaki are like much more chill.
I think the only thing...
Randomize appearance at the top row.
Yeah, we just add the shades
there you
and
go.
It, right? That's it.
Fair enough. That's all you really care about.
This one is going to be Absolute Potato. That's our name.
That's not taken. I'm impressed.
That is absolutely our name. Here we go.
All right.
All right. Third time's the charm, chat.
Yes, you would like to begin your journey with the tutorial.
There's no way that I clicked no on this. No way.
I mean,
I know what you're gonna say. I
mean, it's not beyond. All right.
Captain, wake up.
Oh, I'm actually not going to click anything for a few seconds. This was hilarious when I first played it.
It's me, Aura, your AI companion. I must insist you wake up right this instant.
And...
If you do not wake up, my protocols dictate I initiate your ship's self-destruct sequence, thereby forcing you to regenerate into a new clone. Seems such a waste. This body is so fresh.
This is what I wanted you to see. Like, the adjutant is hilarious.
I see that got your attention. Now that you're conscious, I must inform you that I have both good and bad news.
Yes. It's a weird looking ship.
The bad news is your ship's interface has been knocked offline by an unidentified enemy vessel. The good news is that I can help you fix it. I will focus on rebooting your systems, while you try not to die.
She is perfect for me, chat. She's literally explaining my potato-ness.
First, calibrate your camera drones. They allow you to view your ship from multiple angles.
There we go.
Almost there. Just a bit more data.
It's a beautiful game.
Now, your engines are clearly running, but you should still test your maneuvering thrusters. If your ship explodes, we'll know something is amiss.
Double-click any point in space to start moving towards the ship.
Yeah. The request for Aura to come back and be more sassy was
Excellent.
loud and
Your ship is
obviously
not
listened to.
exploded yet. This is extremely fortunate, as I've managed to bring your info panel online. I will update it with your current objectives.
Okay.
In the olden days, Aura literally laughed at you the first time you got killed.
I'm receiving a
Oh,
distress signal from the nearby ship.
who says it's still not
I
there?
suspect you were not the only one to fall afoul of that unidentified hostile. Let's warp to the signal source.
Here's a question, though. Later in the game, like, at least throughout the tutorial, you always have just warp to location. You click warp to location, and you automatically go where you want it to be. But personally, I still have no clue where we're going when I click warp to location.
Right.
I'm guessing that later on in the game, when you're not in tutorial and being held by your adjutant, this is going to have to be done in a different fashion.
So when you're running things like missions, which are basically the equivalent of like quests in like a World of Warcraft or something like that,
Encounter when we arrive.
those are generally like those are not instanced, but they're private zones that are basically created just for you. Other people can probe you down while you're in there, but there's no like public beacon for people to see and go to. So that's why that your interface exists. You could actually right click on the like in space and then go to the mission information and then say warp to that mission, which is how we used to do it before that interface happened. But basically that's allowing you to warp to a place that only you have access to at the moment.
Okay.
That's why you use that method. When you do other things that aren't like missions, there are plenty of things out there where you go into sites that are either scannable or just out there to warp to, and that's when you fight and do stuff with. So most activities don't do that. Only really missions do.
There do not appear to be any survivors. How unfortunate. I will continue scanning the area, but I am not optimistic.
Okay.
My background processes have reactivated your ship's overview, so you can see what ships and structures exist in nearby space.
Oh, continue. Don't worry, we can't crash, chat. This is where I was pissing my pants first time. I was like, oh, never mind.
You can you can crash into things.
Crash.
But
okay.
You can crash into things, like if you, for instance, like slam into another player, but not to get too like nerdy about it. Basically, there's a gravity well around our ship that causes us to just bounce off of things.
so you can fire your weapons. Now would be an excellent time to do so.
I think he just wants me to, yeah.
Fire at...
Hold on.
Leave your weapon engaged until your target is destroyed.
I would love if this would move. Track. This is how I couldn't see the fight the first time either. My camera was just locked on through the... Okay, there we go. But you're gonna see plenty of fighting later, chat.
That Circadian Seeker was a drifter drone. You do remember who the drifters are, don't you?
Remember? Absolutely. Yes. Totally.
One of the few things all the empires of New Eden agree on. They are a threat to us all.
Flambass is goose? Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, let's head home before we encounter any further trouble. We'll be safe once we're docked at a station. Warp drive.
The drifters are by far the spookiest thing kicking around at the moment.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I killed a bunch of them in the tutorial. They didn't seem too too bad.
Well,
I'm sure those were just insects.
Those,
what's out there.
The Circadian Seekers are just the drifters' scouts. Like, if you actually start running, and also once you get out of the tutorial, if you run into the same kind of ships known as Autothisian Lancers and shoot them, you'll find them definitely not as weak as they were in the tutorial. And then if you see
so they're artificially just weak for the tutorial purpose.
Right. The ones that you're running into in the tutorial supposedly are like their most fringiest scouts. So they're kind of, you know, barely there. You'll run into more robust sleeper and drifter forces if you go deeper down that.
I am far more capable of multitasking than the average human.
Did you ever press F11? What does F11 do in this game?
Map, I think. I don't know. Maybe help. Try it.
Okay.
I can't remember. Yeah, map. We'll go into these things a different time.
From the Neocom, you'll be able to exit blah, 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 blah.
So yeah, basically that entire bar on the side, and especially that E at the very top, is referred to as the Neocom. So like if I say, check out such and such in your Neocom, usually it would be clicking on that E at the top left, because that's like your Windows key, basically, or Eve.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Speaking of the Neocom, you can use it to contact Concord. As New Eden's impartial law enforcement agency, securing peace in the cluster is their primary function. I am certain they will want to hear about these attacks. You can contact them through the Agency tab in the Neocom.
Agency, yes.
Yeah, so the Agency basically gives you all kinds of information about most of the activities of the game.
They have another task for us to handle. Most importantly, they're willing to pay for your services.
Yeah, the way that I've, I don't know, the way that I look at them, it's like agency that you go to that's going to basically give you a job. And then you go do your thing and you get back to them and they
sort of
reward you for it.
Well, no, the agency actually gives you all kinds of different stuff. Like it's got a breakdown of all the different kinds of activities in the game. We'll go into it afterwards.
To which I have just restored access. From there, you will be able to utilize all services available in the station.
Glad you like it, Zero.
Explanatory, doesn't it?
By the way, because I do know about your eyes, there's two things I want you to try to fix now. If you go into your escape menu, the first thing in display and graphics, the first thing is on the left-hand side, there's a bunch of check marks. Make sure to uncheck camera shake. Your camera will shake when you enter and exit out of into warp, and that can often make a lot of viewers nauseous, so I recommend streamers turn that off for that reason. And then on the right-hand side, there's a button that says brightness. So you can, I know that you've been having brightness.
I'll go with it. I'll go with it as is at the moment. And then if I see that I'm struggling, we can just
Outstanding. I just wanted to make sure that you were aware that those things were there then.
You might want to examine the Station Services interface, to which I have just restored access. From there, you will be able to utilize all services available in the station.
Do I just
Seems rather
undock?
self-explanatory, doesn't it?
Yeah, undock.
Prepare yourself, Captain. You are safe now, but once you undock, I believe the correct colloquialism is, all bets are off.
Oh yeah, she loves to use colloquialism.
It's true that it is known that undocking in EVE Online is consenting to PvP.
If you're ready to get to work, you move to the
Okay.
location indicated by Concord's coordinates.
Now, depending on where you are, certain systems will either protect you or at least punish the offenders. But
Warping commenced.
I heard that about like low
Weapons
sec,
hot,
null
Captain.
sec, high sec, medium sec, whatever.
Mhm.
Basically, the higher the security, the more risk anyone's running if they do decide to attack you. And the lower the security, the easier chance they have of, you know, getting away with the murder.
well, if you're above 0.5 sec and you shoot another ship that you're not allowed to, you will be killed. You have to die. Any attempt to not die is actually a violation of the rules. So if you go criminal in high sec, your ship will blow up.
Concord's right. The drifters have struck again.
Interesting.
And
But it's a question of whether or not you can kill them
there they are
first.
right now. How thoughtful of them to wait for us.
Ooh, I think this is the time where we actually
Getting close
fight
to
them.
that seeker to optimize your chance of combat success. I would hate for you to pay. Good. Now, lock your target and prepare to fight. Fire when ready.
I think I saw that R.
As before, continue to engage the enemy until it is destroyed.
Here we can see the shields and armor and all that crap from the enemy, by the way, chat.
Mhm.
And this is our own. So when we start taking damage, this is going to start turning red. And we're currently obliterating these poor guys. Good, thank you for 11. One thing that I did notice throughout the tutorial is when you want to lock, they have a preset distances. You can't use a
Now that the
custom
seeker
one,
has been
like
reduced to scrap,
exactly the amount of
let's
meters
see
you
if we can
want.
find anything
For what?
valuable in the wreckage.
For example, I've seen later in tutorial they're going to tell you like pay attention to how good your weapon,
Right.
like the distance that your weapon works on. And for example, for the Amar's lasers, it was anything between I think 4.5 and 3.5.
Right.
That was like the 3.5 was like perfect distance, but you
Mhm.
can't set that. You can do 2.5 or less, 5 or more.
Right. Well, there's better ways of controlling your ship. One of the things I really want to teach you is what's known as the radial menu. But one thing that you can do
Approaching the wreck.
is
Once we are in range,
if you
can access the cargo.
if you right click like in the selected item area, if you right click on the orbit button or if you right click on the keep it range button, then you can set the default. In the selected item area, which is above the overview.
Because default is usually 1,000 meters, and that's going to be very, too close in a lot of occasions.
Right.
I take it. So if I set a different one to default and I
Then
use the shortcuts, it's going to go immediately there, right?
Yeah. Then if you set the default orbit and then you just click orbit, then it's going to try to go to your default orbit. Now, the radial menu, one of the powers of the radial menu is it allows you to basically set a custom orbit range on the fly. But again, I want to let you get a little bit more through the tutorial first, unless you're ready to make a quick change and learn about the radial menu.
Not bad, Captain. However, our work is far from over.
Okay.
Let's report back to Concord and collect your reward.
Guess we'll just go with the next one.
You might want to check your wallet to confirm Concord has compensated you for your hard work. You can use your wallet to check your ISK balance and transaction history.
So why does it say 15K if the... Oh, I guess I had 5K before the mission. Because this was 10K.
Well, if you go back down to transactions, you'll be able to see. what exactly happened. There you go. So you have 5K.
Inheritance. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you must start. Yeah. So all players start with at least 5K apparently, and then you've gotten.
Okay. Cool.
Concord believes those seekers may have been transmitting data to a specific location. We should warp there immediately.
Immediately. These metal salvage thingies that you pick up from the wrecks, are they worth anything actually?
Barely anything. Basically, what they are, you can reprocess them to get some minerals to build other stuff. But overall, you can pick them up if you want to, but they are kind of the lowest level kind of thing that drops on stuff. They're a little bit bulky. They only reprocess to some minerals. But if you need those minerals and you don't like mining, it is a way to get some basic minerals.
Okay, cool. So we'll be collecting them. You can drop them off, I take it, when you get to a station?
Correct. Yeah, you should pretty much keep everything you can inside of stations, because anything that's with you on your ship is at risk, obviously. So,
okay. Is there a specific amount that you can keep on station?
Stations have infinite storage, but realize that, like, locales are important. So, like, if you leave a whole bunch of stuff here and then move, 30 jumps, your stuff will still be here. And so having to figure out the logistics of how to move stuff from point A to point B is often a consideration.
Is still too far away. Lest you forget, the key to accuracy is flying within your weapon's optimal range.
Oh yeah, it wants me to check now. For this one, it says optimal range 5.2, so we'll go with 5. That's twice as much as what a Mars basic one has.
Was it 5 or was it 3K optimal 5 fall off?
No, fall off.
Oh no, it's 7.
Yeah, fall off is at 7.
Cool. Well, partially that's because the weapon system that you have here is a railgun, and railguns are actually the long-range weapon system for the hybrids. I'm not sure what exactly weapon system the Amar starter ship starts with, whether or not it's pulse or beam, but it's probably pulse, which is the short range.
Yeah, it's really short range radar, laser something.
Yeah, the reason why this actually happens is because the Caldari and the Galente used to be one people. They split. So they share a lot of things in common. And one of the things that they share in common is the hybrid weapon system. So in general, while the other two races, Amar and Mimitar, have one turret system that's just for them, Amar use lasers, Mimitar use projectiles, both the Caldari and the Galente use hybrids. And because of this, the Galente tend towards blasters, which are the shorter range, and Caldari tend towards rails, which are the longer range.
Okay, we are approaching. Oh yeah, here it is. W left click, control left click, and F1. But if I W left click, it always goes to 1,000.
Double left click on a thing should be approach, which means it tries to literally just bump into it.
I heard that missiles never miss. Is that true?
Is sort of true. Yes. Missiles can fail to make it to their target. But so while turrets have a random number component in how they shoot, each turret generates a number 1 to 100, and there's a chance that turrets can just miss outright based on your hit chance.
You may yet prove a worthy capsuleer. Since you're safe for the moment, you should consider improving your combat skills. I have taken the initiative to provide you with a convenient list of your abilities, both current and aspirational.
Missiles, on the other hand, are one.
You train, the better your chances of survival.
Mm-hmm.
Death can be such an inconvenience. Don't you agree?
I agree, Aura. Missiles are simply a math equation. So it's your missile's explosion velocity and explosion radius versus the opponent's explosion velocity, explosion radius. So the smaller they are and the faster they are, that mitigates a certain percentage of your missile damage. And that can mitigate most of the missile damage, depending on the matchup. But basically, missiles do a consistent amount of damage because there is no random number component they can't outright miss as long as the missile makes it to its target.
All right.
Might I suggest training your gunnery skills? You are a decent shot, but there is always room for improvement.
So, is it on character or skills?
It's under skills. Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's happening here is that now you've hit into the problem of the fact that you have that other character. So the other character that is training is using this account's training slot. So she's trying to get you to start training on this account, but you are or on this character, but you can only be training on one character at a time. So that's why he's trying to sell you.
Really?
Yeah, that multiple pilot training, which actually, as a matter of fact, if you activated, theoretically speaking, one of the bundles you got comes with a multiple character training certificate. And what that allows you to do is to train multiple characters on the same account at the same time. So at this point, you would have to go and pause your training queue on your other character in order to activate the training queue here, or we can just switch over to the other character and continue from there.
Yeah, I guess we can just switch over to the main character and then
Excellent.
activate all the stuff. All right.
I think you've gotten the basics of the tutorial anyways, and
yeah, I passed the tutorial yesterday myself, so
we'll leave some surprises and secrets for anybody who wants to come and check it out. Which, by the way, if anybody is interested in getting into EVE Online, I strongly recommend, above all else, to always use a buddy code. And I think if you do !EVE in either of our channels at this point, it'll give you a link that you can use to get that buddy code, and that will give you 40 days of skill training, of alpha skill training for free, which is roughly 40 days, which is 1 million skill points. And that is you can make multiple accounts with that.
But where? Where do you want me to just dock? Sorry, I can't quit the
yeah, there's on the overview, there's a square with a little blue home symbol in the lower right-hand corner. Squares on the overview are stations. So you can dock in that station.
Sorry, what?
Okay, so the overview is the spreadsheet looking thing on the right-hand side. It's what lets you know everything that's going on in space, right?
Yeah.
We'll talk about the overview a lot more later, or in a little bit, very quickly. But for now, you can see that there's two things that are a circle that looks like a little bit like a Pac-Man, and then one square.
This is where you wanted me to look.
Correct.
I was looking bottom left. I thought you said left.
Okay. Did I say left?
Maybe I heard wrong. It's fine. Doc.
One of the two of us, either way, between my dyslexia, whatever. Either way, my point is that thing over there is called the overview. It gives you all of your information. Like, that is how you interact with things in space 90% of the time. But in this case, the little Pac-Man looking symbol means that it's a Stargate, and that square means that it's a station. And that square with the little blue icon in the lower right-hand corner of the square means that is currently your home station. So if you were to be potted, for example, you would wake up there.
Yeah, I already had to switch that on my other account from whatever the station was that I started to the station where I actually arrived to do missions and stuff.
Right.
Let me just get a drink. I'll be back in a sec.
Sure thing. Let me also pop over to your... Wardog1977, thank you for joining us down the rabbit hole with EVE Online. Why is my alert not at the top? That needs to change. Let's move this up to the top. There we go. I don't know where he is yet, so I can't travel to him. Nostalgic Rhino, thank you for joining us down the rabbit hole with EVE Online. And all the other follows earlier and stuff that I didn't get to. I don't know what you're talking about, by the way, Matt. Actionable intel. And Alice, I saw that you were saying the best introduction to EVE. I hope that you're talking about the advice I was giving him. But it's been kind of a fun experience so far. We've got at least another hour and a half to go. Actually, at least probably about an hour and a half. And then I will be doing my normal EVE Universe show probably shortly thereafter. What is going on there?
So now I should be able to just log off.
Oh yeah. Donvis, thank you for joining us.
We switch to R. main character.
I also don't have your chat open at the moment. I should probably have fixed that. But if you have any chat questions from chat, I'd be happy to take those as well.
I totally forgot to accept your invite. There we go.
Okay.
For the squad stream thingy. Let me just take care of this.
Now that you're logged in, let me start heading into your direction. It might take me a little while to get to you though.
Oh, that's fine.
But you can start playing around.
We have a bunch of missions to do, I think, anyway, and stuff. Right. So, this is a station. Much like the one you already saw, this is our first ship. Now you understand why I call it the cockroach. It literally looks like a bug.
It's funny that you say that because there is literally a ship called the Cockroach.
Oh, really? Okay.
But it isn't a ship that we get. It's actually for bug testers. It literally looks like a cockroach.
All right. This is, I think, the first station that I had to go to actually do a mission. And then I think I went with the agents and missions, was it?
Yeah, it looks like you're doing the career agents at the moment. Is that correct?
Could be career agents, yes.
Right. So
I already done 1 out of 10, I believe.
Excellent. So the career agents are kind of the secondary tutorial. They introduce you to some of the basic activities of the game. Those opportunities that you have opened up right now are actually brand new. So I know very little about those as well. And so if you want to explore those together and try to work our way through it, that might be an interesting.
Sure. I mean, this was literally 3 options that I thought it was part of the career thingy, and it was destroy 50 non-capitalier ships. So that's literally what I clicked.
Okay. So
and I'm just trying to find. Do I have to go here?
For which?
No, I already started it. Did it get canceled?
On the right-hand side, next where it shows station services, you see the list of 5. You see the 5 dudes over there. Those are actually the same agents. Those are your career agents. That's how I knew you were doing career jobs. So if you double-click on one of them, you'll be able to see.
Yeah. I recognize the guy's face. Yeah, this is the one I've been doing. I've done the first one, and now it's asking me if I want to do. Second, I just need to remember. Fly the frigate your agent gave you into the pirate base. Once the explosive charges inside have been set off, your assignment will be complete.
Yeah, this is a special one. Make sure to fly the ship that they give you, and insure it to Platinum Insurance first, because it's going to blow up.
Oh, hold on. I need to actually accept all these thingies. 3 items available to redeem. Do I just click select all? Redeem to current station.
Yeah. Should be fine.
Starter gift defensive module. Great. Open later. Do I open that now or later?
You can open it now.
Okay. And then I click open later. Oh my
I mean,
God.
it's in your inventory, so you can open it. You can just open it via the double-clicking on your inventory too.
Is that item hanger?
Yes. Is that?
I don't know actually.
Uh-oh.
Show info, create contract, find a contract, blah 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 blah.
So, do me a favor. Right underneath it, where you opened up your item hanger, the 4th button down on the Neocom is a little box with a star in the middle of it. That is your assets. If you open up that, you can see all of your items, even stuff that isn't in the station with you. On the left-hand side, on the Neocom, 4th button down, there's like a box with a star in the middle of it. Or a box with a little dot in the middle of it.
This?
Yep, that.
Personal assets? Okay.
So you see that you have stuff in multiple systems. If you click on an entry, then it'll expand and show you all the stuff in it. One of those stations is the one that you're in. The other station is a different station, and you might want to see what's in there if you don't see the stuff that you should have here.
So I'm clicking on the stations here.
In the asset list, yeah. If you click on the actual name, then yeah. So that's the station that you're in, because you can see your Corvette and everything. So if you click on the other station, then okay, that's what you left behind in the other station. It's just a gun. So
yeah, this is the original gun that the ship had.
Okay.
And I upgraded it to some dual thingies.
So then the crate that you didn't open must be that Mimitar crate. And that's it, which is fine.
But how do you open it?
Just double click on it.
Oh, double bloody click on it. Okay. I was right clicking and trying to figure out how.
That's part of the current. There's a holiday event going on right now. The Mimitar are celebrating their birthday. So it's like the 4th of July.
Nodes to reveal the items within.
Yep. So there's like 2 little areas, 2 little dots that you can click on.
Is there a difference to which one I click?
No, this is 100% like just a fun game to make you do. You actually technically already got the item. It's just like this is just a fun way to let you reveal them.
Okay. Finish.
Oh. Somebody in my chat pointed out that the repper in your inventory is probably the thing that came out of the box. So you probably did hit open now or whatever, and that's where the repper came from. So it doesn't really matter. You got everything taken care of now. You can continue with your career agents. I do recommend generally doing the career agents for most people, all of them if they can. There's a lot of ships and instructions that come from them, although you don't have to if you don't want to.
Yeah, I think I'll just stick to these missions for now.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I recommend doing business and industry first, because a lot of people leave them to last and start with like military because it's more exciting. But the problem is that in the industry section, you will need to build a couple things, and at least one of those takes like 30 minutes. So it's useful to like get to that stage in that, and then do another career agent while you're waiting for that 30-minute build to finish.
But can I start multiple in the same time?
Yes, you can be doing. You can have a mission pending with all 5 of them at the same time if you want to. You can be making progress through all 5 career agents.
So how long are we gonna have to play until we get to that part, which takes 30 minutes?
If you do the business career agents, it should take like 20 minutes or so to blitz up to it probably. But
well, let's do this one first. Considering I already kind of started and have a little bit of a insight.
Sure thing.
And then we'll see. But you said I need to switch to a different ship for this one?
So if you notice, it's saying to fly the ship, and it says granted items, and it's giving you a ship. So if you fly a different ship, I actually don't even think you're even going to be allowed in the site if you fly a different ship anymore. But
how do I switch to that ship though? Where do I find?
Have you accepted? You've accepted the mission.
Yeah,
right?
I clicked.
Okay, good. So if you go into your item hanger, you see how it has a little 1 on it now?
Yeah, box.
Now if you click on the ships side of it, you should see that there's a new ship.
Aha.
You'll want to assemble and climb inside that thing.
Assemble ship.
And like I said, if you want to make a little bit of extra money, you can also insure that that ship to its highest level, which will mean that when it blows up, you get paid out for it.
Selected ship will be insured for 12 weeks. The contract will be considered void if the ship is repackaged, placed, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Destroyed.
Basically, what insurance is saying, I bet this thing is going to blow up in the next 2 months. And given the fact that you know for a fact that it's going to blow up in about 2 minutes, it's a pretty safe bet.
Okay.
So if you insure it to Platinum Insurance, you pay a little bit, and then you're going to get a lot back.
This is 103,000, right?
Do you not have that much?
I don't know. Let me see. Z. How much do we have? 870.
Oh, well then, yeah. Go ahead and Platinum Insurance it, and then go out there and get it blown up.
Okay. Estimated payout value 348. It's ridiculous. Okay. Well, if it's free, it's free money. How do I jump into this one though?
Just double click it.
Well, okay.
The first, so basically a ship starts assembled. Like if there's a little number in it, that means it's still assembled. But the first time you double clicked on it, it assembled it and made it into like a full ship. And then you double clicked a second time to get in it.
So if I just fuck off from this. Oh wow, that's ugly looking thing. Okay, then we go with that one.
Yep. That ship is
I would 100% sailed out with my ship and not know that I needed to switch ships. If I was doing this on my own. No freaking way that I would have noticed I need to be in another ship.
Which is actually why I think nowadays if you go to this site, there's a gate that doesn't allow corvettes through. So if you're just blundering in, it stops you from bringing your default ship in. You have to bring the correct ship type to even make it through the gate. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. But yeah, CCP, like this has been a thing that happens, but at the same time, like the career agents, people complain that CCP or that EVE Online doesn't have very much of a tutorial, and then they don't read the career agents. And yeah, the career agents has a lot of problems, but it's literally the only tutorial you get. So if you're not going to read the text, then I guess you get what you get.
So you need to activate the acceleration gates.
Mm-hmm.
That's a star gate,
yeah,
I take it?
If you see that thing on the overview that looks like the fast forward symbol, basically, 2 arrows pointing to the right, that's your start. That's the acceleration gate.
Oh, it says acceleration gate. I'm an idiot.
And then you can either use the radial menu, right-click menu, or the selected item menu to...
I don't know based on what am I supposed to know that I need like this particular acceleration gate or that particular whatever. It's one thing that's still confusing to me. What the hell is that?
That is the facility that you're supposed to go blow up. So approach it.
I'm gonna blow the whole thing?
The description of this story basically says that your ship is loaded with explosive charges. So you're going to crash the ship into the thing and it's going to blow up.
So I'm a terrorist already.
Well, these guys are blood raiders, so they're like weird blood cultists that the Amar really don't like. Yeah, they don't want you to blow it up.
How do they know I'm going to blow it up, damn it?
Well, they're blood raiders. They don't like you. They want to drink your blood. They want to, well, not drink, but they want to, drain your blood.
Is there anything else I need to do besides just approach it?
Nope, you're done. Boom. Now you can warp back.
Well, I guess this mission was supposed to be a failure?
It's a suicide mission. Like, this is one of the goals of this mission is to teach you that death is a part of the game. It's not something that is 100% to be avoided.
Oh, that's not what I meant. I didn't realize that we actually got close enough to blow the thing up. It looked like we were still pretty far away.
Oh, no. You're successful.
Oh, okay. So just dock. What the hell am I going to dock with?
Your pod. If you scroll in, you'll see your pod, which is your actual interface to the ship. So inside that pod, you're wired in. And that's...
looks like a bit of poop. Okay, we pooped our way out of that one, chat.
Now, if somebody was able to attack you while you're in your pod and blow it up, then you would your clone would die, and you'd have to you'd be reborn in your medical clone at your home station.
Yeah, but if you had any upgrades attached to it, you lost it, right?
Right. If you have any
about that with people.
If you have any implants in your clone at the time, then those are gone.
Docking request accepted.
I don't think I need to click dock here again, do I?
Nope.
Okay. Is there a ship interior? I don't think so.
No, because there are ship interiors, but we don't see them. Remember, we're just sitting inside of a pod, viewing through like camera drones. Movie?
Yeah. Okay, so we go to agency. This particular guy. Complete mission. 2 out of 10 completed. Okay. Is that it? Where's the third out of 10? How am I supposed to get a new one?
You hit the requesting button.
Here it is. Ha. Okay, so find a fleeing pirate and activate your civilian warp disruptor on him, preventing an escape. You're authorized to kill any escort vessels that you see, but not the primary target.
Yep.
The following item will be granted to you when you mission complete, rewards, bonus. So do I just switch to my ship again?
Yeah, so you swap back into your normal Corvette, and this time you're going to load that civilian warp disruptor on it.
Okay, so
open up your fitting window. Your fitting window is about halfway down the Neocom. It looks like a little ship with a circle around it.
Oh, this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't actually switch the ship yet.
That's fine.
Is that in the inventory?
It's in the inventory. Double click on it. You'll see it pop up on your fitting window too.
There we go.
And you'll see, so if you go to the fitting window, there are 3 different types of what's called, slots on ships. There are high-powered slots. High slots are usually weapon systems or what's called utility highs. So like
that's these on top.
Yep. Tractor units or tractor beams, smart bombs, that kind of stuff is all in your high slots. Your mid slots are propulsion modules, things that make you go faster, and your shield tank, and your a lot of your electronic warfare modules will go into your mid slots. Things like webs, dampeners, etc. We'll learn more about some of those later. And then in your low slots, you have armor tank and things that buff your damage and such. So in this case, the warp scrambler or the warp disruptor that you're going to be putting on this ship is a mid slot. You have an open mid slot because you have the afterburner and then the open mid slot. So you can open up your item hanger.
And then just drag it, right?
Drag and drop it directly onto the middle of the fitting window. You don't even need to put it to the correct slot. Just into the middle of the window.
So
where the ship
is it that I'm looking for? The name?
Oh, the civilian warp disruptor. It's the second to the last. There you go.
Okie dokie. Before we continue, though, how do I remove stuff from my ship? Like ship's cargo holds to the station's cargo hold? Because I have a bunch of metal scrap and stuff.
If you click on, in the inventory, you'll see at the very top of the list, there's your ship's name. If you click on that, then you'll look at the ship's item hold, or the ship's hold. And then you can click on something there. You can even Control A to select all the items there, and then drag and drop it into the item hanger.
Drag and drop it into the item. Well, I don't want to do this. This is ammo.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, sweet. Okay. Although I've been told that the good reason to pick a Mars because they have lasers which don't depend on ammo, and then the very first weapon upgrade that I do apparently requires ammo.
So they require ammo, but the ammo isn't consumed in the same way that other weapons are. So with normal weapons, you have to have bullets or something to go into the ammo charges, and every time every turret shoots, it consumes 1 unit of that ammo. Lasers have crystals, and while the faction and Tech 2 crystals do get consumed after like 1,000 or so shots, Tech 1 crystals do not get consumed. So while it does take those crystals, you can just shoot.
That's unlimited, basically.
Correct. You can shoot.
Awesome.
You could shoot with those crystals all day long. The reason why it's important is because you swap out the crystals to determine different crystals will change your range and your damage. So there's like shorter range crystals that do more damage, and there are longer range crystals that do less damage. So a laser ship will swap their ammo pretty frequently as needed to ensure that they're shooting at the right range.
Wait, what? What the?
What? Oh, Did somebody?
What the fuck? You can do that without me even knowing?
What player donate? Did somebody donate you ISK?
Yeah, a fucking lot of it too.
So this is one of the things I really like about Eve, and one of the reasons why Eve streaming is kind of different than a lot of other video games. It's one server. It's one universe. Every single one of your viewers can decide to interact with you at any time without your consent, either in positive or negative ways. In this case, a lot of people who are positive about streamers and want you to be invested and interested, they're more than willing to give you ISK that is a very, very large amount to you in order to see you be successful and get started.
200 million.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't even see that. That's the funny part. I never even caught player donation 200 million ISK. I only caught the 1 million that just happened. I was like, wait, what the fuck was that? Was that 1 million or 1,000? And I go to the wallet and I'm like, 1 million. And then I spotted the 200 million. What? Okay, thanks. But I still have no clue how to even use money in this game, literally. So if I wanted to spend it, I couldn't.
Also, it is true that...
Oh, come on!
Okay, before everybody just starts sending their ISK to him, which, I mean, obviously it's nice. I will, for full disclosure, because this is part of like a sponsorship deal, one of those things is that is it Flambass, right? Flambass. Yeah. He was given a couple of starter packs too, so he actually has like Plex and stuff like that. So he has technically has all the ISK he needs. We just haven't unlocked it all yet.
I have it for some reason. I don't know why though. It says Plex 0.
Yes,
I didn't receive a bunch of things.
Weird. Well, I was planning on talking to or sorting out that later. Right now, since we're in the career or doing just the starter missions, I figured that we would just I'd shoot Swift a message to see what happened or what you need to do to accept it. Either way, I digress. So yes, very kind of you guys, but just realize that he also has like a lot of Plex sitting there ready to be dealt with when it's time.
Yeah.
But okay. this is actually very common among streamers, like especially with new bros or anybody that they see potential in, because these guys have a ton of ISK, but like the question is, what are you going to do with it at that point? And I bet. In this case, supporting a streamer is a very good use for their ISK.
Okay. So I loaded the thing that I needed to load, and I just unlock and go do the mission now, right?
Yep.
There's no more requirements. Okay.
Yep. So if you remember, the instructions are the main dude you have to use the warp disruptor on. Everybody else you're allowed to, or you can kill. I'm also now in system with you.
No idea how to use the civilian warp disruptor yet, though.
Yep.
So
it's just another slot on your items. You can just activate it like a gun. If you hover over it, you can see the range that you can use it in. It should be like 18 kilometers or something.
20 kilometers.
Rijik, thank you for joining us down there. I'm holding you online.
Okay. But am I going to be able to lock like two different...
Overseer, 100,000, one?
Two different targets? One for guns and one for this?
Yes.
Thingy?
So by default, you're allowed to lock 2 targets at one time. But... you can actually train skills to allow you to lock up to 11 targets at one time, depending on the ship's restrictions. What's up?
I think somebody dropped me $1 billion.
Oh. Well...
Okay. Right. I don't even know how to spend a single ISK yet, and I'm a billionaire. What the fuck, guys?
I was concerned that the act of telling people not to donate would have the opposite effect. But here we are.
The one donation before this was 1 ISK.
Yeah.
And then 1 billion.
So the reason why that generally is, I'll tell you what I think happened there. Whoever did that sent you the 1 ISK just to test that they knew who it was. and then when they saw the one ISK come up on your
Let me see
ping,
if it's the same guy.
then they
No,
went,
it's not the same
oh,
guy.
it's different people. Oh, even better.
It's different people. It's
Well,
all different people, I think.
Fair enough. That's,
Yeah,
I mean, this is, you and I,
200K, no, 200 million, a million, 10 million, 5 million, 1 billion, and then 69.
you,
I'm surprised there's not a 420 there somewhere yet. And 1337 and some other numbers that are popular. Jesus.
yesterday you were asking me, we were discussing about the Eve community and the streaming community over here. And I was telling you that the Eve community is a little bit different than a lot of other communities. And this is a,
Yeah, that's awesome.
this is an indication of that. Oh, there it goes.
Here we go.
I mean,
Here we go again.
This is some pretty good ISK per hour. We might as well just kick back and let the ISK run, right?
Yeah, like all 4 in the air in 2 hours. I wanted to say I'm going to be a millionaire, but I'm already a
Yeah.
millionaire. Oh, Jesus. What
Oh,
the
gosh.
hell? Okay, so how do we do this mission? Who do I even... Okay,
So
can I open some sort of a mission brief?
You
overview
could, but there's 3 different
in the
targets.
mission?
There's 3 targets on field. So chances are 2 of them should die and 1 of them should get disrupted.
Yeah, I'm guessing the Blood Raiders, considering it's 2 of them, need to die, and the
The pirate.
fleeing pirate is
Yep.
the one I need. But if I wanted to double check,
Oh,
like the name and such, like I forgot, for example, and I need to get into the mission objective overview again. How do I do that?
on the left-hand side at the very bottom, when it says agent mission and da-da-da-da-da, there should be a thing. First of all, it tells you the requirement there, should be telling you what your next step is. And then there's like an icon, like the question mark, I think it is, will open up the original like text.
You said bottom left.
On the left side, there's the big panel at the top left. The bottom of the top left is the agent mission entry.
Resource
Was that
loading,
confused?
New offer. A
Okay.
bit.
I
don't know which one do I need to open of these all.
Do you see where all of your money is popping up?
Yeah.
Just below that is the thing with the blue button on it. Just below that is the agent mission.
Oh, agent mission here. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, the guy that you're getting missions from is an agent, and the thing that you're doing is a mission. So
this is just non-stop. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Stop. Okay, so
I don't have a good answer for you at this point. It's all right.
Yeah, but I'm still kind of confused where I need to go. Like I see the drop-down menu of agent missions.
Right. So it should give you the requirements, the current requirements for the mission there, right? Doesn't it say?
No, it says.
Yeah, it says
your
activate warp.
undivided attention.
It says activate warp disruptor. So that's telling you what the next step is. That you need to lock the dude and open up the warp disruptor. But if you click on the question mark that's right there, then it should open up the original text of the mission.
I can't really do anything with this.
There's like
I-
there's like a little question mark on the right hand side of the agent mission.
Oh, the question
section.
mark.
Yeah.
Read details.
There you go.
Okay.
So that
Wait,
there's
I
the
started
original
listening.
description of the agent. But again,
Okay.
all that they're really saying to do is to kill the other 2 and to disrupt the pirate guy.
Yeah, this is what I was looking for. Okay, so now I know where I want to find it. So I should just approach?
I'm sending you a fleet invite, by the way. Yeah, you can. So if you hold down the control key and click on one of the guys, you'll start locking them. You can move that fleet window out of the way.
Okay, hold on. Can you repeat your last? Because I was busy reading the thingy.
If you hold down the control key and click on the targets on your overview, you'll begin to lock them.
Blood Raider, so fleeing pirate.
I'm also going to be.
The range should be 20 kilometers.
Yep. So you can
So
hit
I should
approach
be able
with an
to-
afterburner.
I don't
Oh,
think I need to.
yeah, you
This
could just
range is
disrupt
20
him.
kilometers. Yeah. Hey, all right. Please don't shoot me. I'll leave.
All right.
Just let me go.
And now you're done. It's just that simple. All they're teaching you to do is that warp disruptors prevent people from warping. I'm also on grid with you.
Yeah, I can see you should be literally right next to me.
Mm-hmm. If you pull out the camera, I'm like below you. Or, well, I was.
We could be getting shot at? We're being shot at.
Yeah, the rebel leader.
Orbit 5. Wait. No, fleeing target is shooting at me.
Yep.
Well, I must not kill this guy, right?
Yeah, you don't have to kill him, but at the same time, he's also not doing any damage to you. So you're done here if you want to be.
So I just click dock, and that's it.
Yep.
Okay. Let's
And apparently just keep letting the money roll in.
I mean, holy shit, is this ever gonna stop? What the fuck? What is this?
I expect you to split it.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at this madman. Are you fucking serious? He has like 50 transactions. 69,420. Timerian or Timerian. What is that? Like, that's at least 50 transactions.
Timerian is one of those guys that I was talking about. He's one of those guys with a lot of ISK that really likes to support new the streamers of all kind. He's a very awesome dude.
Yeah, and then he went with like, oh, 69 isn't getting your attention. Let me try 69 million when 69,000 wasn't doing it. Durpass, thank you for 23 months. Appreciate it. Valak, thank you for 7.
Now, one of the things I want to warn you though is that having a lot of ISK also opens you up to being exposed to like scams and stuff, right? Because if somebody's going to try to scam you out of $1 billion ISK, you have to have the $1 billion ISK to give it to them. So having a lot of ISK in your wallet means that you might accidentally fat figure something and spend, 100 million when you meant to only spend 10 million. So one thing that I do often recommend is that I keep my ISK on a separate character and then transfer it to the character that's going to make the purchases in order to make the purchases. I mean, I'll keep a floating amount, an amount that I'm willing to fuck up with, like 100 million or something like that.
This sounds like flea market on Tarkov, where you go to the player market and you want to buy something, and you didn't realize that instead of from the bottom price to the top, it's actually from the top to the bottom, and you end up paying 20 million for 30 bullets.
Exactly. That literally happened to somebody within our alliance yesterday.
Okay.
They're like, I don't understand why I spent 200 million for these bullets. And I was like, oh, how's your stuff sorted? But that's just one example. I mean, there's contract scams. There's all kinds of. We had a.
Apparently,
I knew a streamer.
I did receive some contracts.
Yeah, I knew a streamer.
It's been assigned to you. Like, what is that?
Yeah, so this is where things get interesting. So a lot of people contract things to you too, and when they, if you look at it in your notification and pull it up, then you'll be able to see what it is. But that's where you really want to be careful, because like here, they're giving you an Astero for free. You can see that because it says that you will pay 0, and they're giving you an Astero. That's cool. That's somebody giving you something as a nice thing. But for example, what they'll do is if they see that you've gotten a ton of ISK and you're relatively new, like, let's say you get like 10 billion ISK grant given to you for some reason. Then what they'll do is they'll send you a contract for like a skin for free, and then a contract for like a ship for free, and then another skin for free, and then another ship for free.
They will get you used to clicking
then,
accept, and then once you're just gonna click without reading. I get it.
And now you just bought a skin for 4 billion ISK. Exactly.
Oh, okay, yeah. Cheeky mother truckers.
And just like I said at the very beginning, and as the lesson that we learned with that tutorial, CCP gives you at best 1 chance. And if you click OK, you're done. There's no going back. Whatever it is done.
Thank you, Guy Games. Appreciate it. I guess I just accept. You're about to accept the following contract. Astero, you will receive the following items. Are you sure you want to do this? Hey, at least you get the pop-up. Are you sure you want to do this?
Right. You get the one thing, but everybody starts. If you start allowing yourself to just start clicking through things without thinking about it.
Yeah.
In Eve, that's your one chance.
The same on Tarkov. You have the same on Tarkov. You click and then accept. Accept. Oh shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, you'll find that there's a lot of similarity in design, and there's actually a lot of crossover in the player base. A lot of Eve players end up liking Tarkov too because of the same things that make people enjoy Eve are present in Tarkov.
That's great. I spent a bunch of time playing Tarkov, and here I am playing Eve now.
Yep.
Only downside is that is someone of your stuff is all over the place. That ship, for example, is over 40 jumps away from you.
Yeah, but we can sort all that stuff later.
I mean, I can get to it eventually.
Exactly. Worst case
Okay,
scenario, you can
so-
always sell something where it is and then buy a new copy of it where you want to be.
We do here, complete the mission. You are currently in the fleet. Do you want to share the rewards of this
no.
mission with the other members of the group? Yes, split
just
the
go
mission
ahead and
rewards
no.
between all members up to 10. No, I want to claim the reward for myself. Remember my preference and do not. Oh, okay.
Yeah, just go ahead and do no for now. You can click the box or not, and then you can actually undo that box later on with in the reset settings area. So don't really worry about it either way. But yeah, you don't need to share any rewards with me right now. Just go ahead and keep them all for yourself.
What the fuck is this? Here is some free money. You will pay $500,000 ISK. You will get nothing.
There you go. Well, that's your welcome to Eve.
Oh, tricky mother trucker. I like, but okay, you will pay, but where's the you will get? There's nothing you will get. Okay, so
if people don't process that the letters are red and then that's a problem, then
it's very good that it's actually red because it stands out.
That's really good. It used to be a lot easier to scam people actually. One of my favorite scams of all time was especially when skill injectors first came out. Skill injectors are kind of like these long blue tubular images, and so people were putting Mjolnir torpedoes, which are a missile that has a big blue tip. So they were selling Mjolnir missiles labeled as, like the name of the contract was skill injector, and the thing that was actually in the contract was a Mjolnir missile.
Yeah, I heard that this game is like a pinnacle of trying to screw someone over.
Yeah.
And instead of being called a jackass, you're being called a legend. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to be careful.
Understanding of how the systems protect you and how the systems don't protect you is a key piece to understanding EVE Online, right? Especially in places like HiSec, right? Like in NullSec, where anybody can do anything, it doesn't really matter. But like understanding all of the nuances of how the rules interact with each other is a good way to catch someone out of position or without, doing the wrong thing and exploit that. So it doesn't matter if it's combat or market PvP, using superior knowledge in EVE is power.
This community is batshit crazy. I can see that already.
All right.
Hold on. Was it here? No. Hold on. Minimize that. Minimize that. Personal assets? No. Shit. Where was it that I that I clicked to here? I remember. Okay, so item hanger, civilian, small. Is that where it goes?
Yes, armor reppers are low slot modules. You can actually look, if you look on the module itself, in the lower right-hand corner of each module, it'll show you, it's telling you why it's not fitting.
Shit.
What is it saying?
Let me try that again. Civilian small remote armor repair does not fit into this slot. The slot takes low power. Fuck off.
Oh! Those are those are remote reps. Those are remote reps. Are you doing?
So I would have to remove my weapons for this.
Yep, you have to rip off one of your turrets. My bad. So
wait, why do I have small civilian and small coaxial?
So
did I get this coaxial from before at some point?
The civilian was what you started out with, and then they gave you a second gun that you put on, and that was the coaxial. So you can just rip off the civilian.
I need to put. Okay, is this thing gonna get spent?
No.
Is it worth it to bring my kit? Okay, here's the question. I need to sort this out first in proper order. If I bring a spare gun in my hangar, will I be able to equip it once I'm done repairing on the fly, or can I do that only in the docking station?
For now, let's stick with you can only do that while docked in a station.
Okay, so I see it's going to be complicated to do it on the go.
I mean, there's exceptions to almost everything, but within your capabilities, you can only refit in station. You would need a mobile depot or a ship with a fleet hangar in order to be able to refit in space. So you pulled the ammo out. Now you also need to pull the turret off.
Ah, okay.
You can also unfit, like you can right click and tell it to unfit as well in the future, instead of dragging and dropping it every time.
Okay. Yeah, that's faster.
So again, if you look in your item hanger, you'll see that a lot of things have a little like symbol in the lower right hand corner, right above the number. Like for instance, that big red circle thing has 2 little dashes, and the other remote repper has 3 dashes in like a little triangle, and the enduring repper has 1 dash going up and down. You're
talking about like these things over here, like 2 arrows in the right, 2 arrows in the left, and S. 2 thingies here.
Well, no, next to that though, there's the little block. Like there's the 1 that tells you that there's 1 in each stack, and then just above that is either 1 dash, 2 dashes, or 3 dashes, either straight up, side, or like it's a little triangle.
What about the S?
The S just means that it's a small turret, or small ammo. So the ones that don't have that symbol means that it's not a module. But the ones that do have that symbol, the 3 dashes means it's a high slot module. The 2 dashes mean that it's a mid slot module, and the 1 dash means it's a low slot module.
Ah, okay.
And you'll see
these 3 dashes you're talking about are like in a propeller, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So 1 dash would be this, I guess. This would be 2, and this would be 3.
And if you look, the 2 empty low slots have a 1 dash in it. If you pulled off, for instance, the remote repper off of your high slot, you'll see that there's 3 dashes representing an empty high slot, and likewise, there's 2 dashes for mid slots. That's just the symbol for those slot types.
Okay, cool. Well, let's do this. On dock. SML XL. Oh, there's 4 different sizes?
Well, XL is capitals.
Okay.
So smalls are like frigates and destroyers, mediums are cruisers and battle cruisers, larges are battleships, extra larges are capitals.
So here's the question. Are you supposed to be here with me somewhere? Do we jump together? Are you somewhere different?
I am in the same system as you, but all of the things that you're doing right now, you should be able to do by yourself. I'm just hanging out here just in case you need me.
Awesome.
Or if you decide you want to do something else.
Mail. The hell is this?
That is someone attempting to recruit you. It appears that that person is Russian.
Holy shit, you can send this entire thing in the...
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Well, I don't read Cyrillic, unfortunately.
I also can certainly recommend you a few organizations, including my own, to check out.
Yeah, I am at first, like, I will most definitely not accept anyone's recruitment in this fucking game. I am not going under someone's claws before I understand the game.
Yeah. Well, as it turns out, our alliance is actually about teaching people how to play the game.
Oh, no, I didn't mean yours when I said that.
I know.
I mean like random people just sending me stuff and be like, "Oh, come here, we will give you." No, I don't care. No,
yeah,
it's not happening.
I'm with you. I definitely agree with that sentiment.
This is a very cunning community that had like, what is this game from 2003, right?
Yes.
So that's 18 years that you mother truckers had time to come up with ways to scam people. I am not. I'm going to try to not fall in on the first hour or the first day.
That being said, I do recommend people get into a player organization as fast as possible. A lot of people like to think that they're going to learn the game and then join a group like you would like a normal competitive game. Like, I don't want to be a burden to my team. But like EVE Online is a game that's taught by players to players. So finding what you want to do in the game and finding a group to do it with is probably a really important thing. And then let that group teach you how to do it with them. Because, but ultimately finding what you want to do and who you want to do it with is basically the difference between success and failure in EVE Online.
Okay, so how do we...
So now lock that guy
repair
and
this
use
guy?
your remote repair module on him, not your gun.
You said control or double click. What was it?
Control is the hotkey to lock something. So if you hold control and then click on something, it'll begin locking it.
Okay. And then I just click civilian war. No, not the disruptor. The small repair. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. So you always have to lock. When you want to interact with someone, you have to lock them.
Yes, if you want to use a targeted module on somebody, you will have to lock them first, because that's how you specify what your module is being used on.
Okay. I thought locking was just going to be for like weapons.
Nope.
Basic systems are operational once again. We have functional warp drives. Thank you, pilot. I owe you one. I'm getting out of here. Jesus, that was a fast warp out of here. Okay. So
You're all done.
we're going back.
And
Yep.
remote reps
Alright,
is one of my favorite things. I like doing. Like, Logi is a very powerful and fun thing to do in EVE, in my opinion.
Yeah, this game looks amazing for an 18-year-old game. I mean, it literally looks like a game that came out yesterday in terms of graphics.
Ironically enough, they just got their latest graphics update yesterday. So,
Nice timing.
yes.
There we go. Perfect.
Yeah, the new shaders make the reflections more reflection-y, and they got rid of the gray. So, like, things aren't as dark and gloomy anymore, and, like, the haze has different colors to it.
All right, fast missions. It was graphically reworked a few times. Oh yeah, I bet the game couldn't look this good 18 years ago. But like I said, for a game that's that old, still. Oh, that's a question that I wanted to ask you. Since 2003, hold on.
Yeah.
From the game that started out in 2003 and now we're in 2021, how would you rate the size of the community? Like, how big is it now in comparison to its best days?
Okay, so
when were the Eve's best days in terms of like how many players were playing? Is it a growing game? Is it a diminishing game? Like, how would you describe it?
Is a complicated question.
I bet it is, but is there a point where it had its peak? It's like there were the most players in this year.
Sure.
And
so there's a thing called the PCU, the peak online, peak current users, which is a terrible stat, but it's one of the only stats that we have to like see. It basically tracks how many people were logged in at most any given day, right? And so based on our historical records, it would peg somewhere between 2011 and 2014 as being the most active time of EVE Online.
Okay.
Right now,
somewhere halfway.
Yeah, right now we're actually kind of undergoing we're going to go with a soft crisis, where the player base is very upset at CCP, or like there's general unrest and declining, like how many people are logged in per day. Obviously, you know, the pandemic opening and all that other stuff happening has contributed to it, but it's also like there's a war that's been slogging on for over a year now that has caused a lot of people to become kind of bored of it, and so there's just kind of a lot of like I guess boredom and unrest in EVE and unhappiness with some of the decisions that CCP made, because they've been making constricting like availability of certain resources or certain things from people to make certain things harder and more complicated than they were before, to kind of make a more complex and better designed game, but that has caused a lot of people to become angry. So right now we're kind of in a dip, but overall the player base has been largely stable for at least the last few years. And I would say that overall things are currently trending in a positive direction, even if you wouldn't believe that if you went to our EVE. But then again, I'm one of those people that gets considered a white knight all the time, so mileage may vary. So
you will get zeroist. You will get.
there's something that I want. There's a couple of things that I want to take care of before we get further. Oh yeah, as long as the thing says that you will get or you will spend 0 ISK, and it says that you will get things, then it means that they're giving you something. So you don't have to worry about it too much. But basically, what they're doing is they're giving you a Punisher, which is a really nice starter frigate, and it happens to have a couple of skins in its cargo hold, which is kind of nice. So
Jesus Christ.
You can feel free to accept that. It's in.
Okay.
Looks like it's in the middle of nowhere, but it might actually be near you. Oh no. Oh no, it's in the same. It's in your. I think it's where you are actually. So go ahead and open up your item hanger. Whoever did that went through the effort of bringing it to you. So
that's nice.
If you open up your ship hanger. Yep.
Yeah, it's right here.
So if you click on the Punisher, so like if you see under the ship hanger, there's a ship that's like has an arrow pointing to it. That means that that's an assembled ship.
Blingy.
So if you can,
is that how they named it?
That's how they named it. So go ahead and click on that entry, and then you'll see what's. So all of that was in the cargo hold. So those are skins that you can either choose to apply to your character, which will allow you to use those skins on the ship. Or you can just move them to your item hanger, so that way they're not at least in danger if you undock the Punisher.
Okay, but there's little point to keeping them where they are at the moment, right? You either apply them to something or you put them in the hanger. You don't leave them in the...
I generally don't like to keep valuable things inside of ships because, A, that makes them much harder to find later because they're in the cargo bay instead of in some item hanger that you can search through. But also... It removes the chance that you'll undock that ship without realizing that it's in its cargo hold and then accidentally getting it lost and then only then realizing that you had stuff in your cargo hold you didn't want to be in it.
So a skin is like a sort of a camouflage-ish thing for your ship, right? And
Correct.
If your ship blows up, you permanently lost that camo, regardless of what you paid camo
You
for.
keep the skin no matter what. So if
you keep the skin.
If you go to your item hanger,
that's nice.
If you go to your item hanger, you can right-click Show Info on any of the skins. You can also search for the word skin in the top left or top right if you want to just like filter it out. But if you show info on any of the skins and then click on the top left of the Show Info panel where it shows the actual skin's logo, then it'll show up. It'll bring up the ship viewer with that skin applied. So if you expand that area, you can expand that whole box out to be able to see the ship better. And then if you see the Luminaire Zenith skin on the left-hand side is the skin that's currently being applied. So if you click and unclick that, it'll apply and unapply the skin so you can see what the skin is actually doing. So that is the default skin for the default appearance of Amarian Tech 1 ships, kind of this off-white and gold.
Yeah, they have this whole kind of gold with white, which looks meh.
Yep, and then there's the Luminaire Zenith skin, which is actually a celebration of the Galente Caldari, so I'm not sure why they made that for the Amar skins, but either way, it's a pretty nice skin.
How am I going to know which one of these skins do I have?
So if you had it already applied, it would be at the top under My Skins.
Because there were 3 skins.
Correct, but they're all in your item hanger. You haven't applied any of them yet.
Aha, okay. I thought there would be a way to know which one of these I have, because I'm guessing it's one of these.
You haven't applied any of them yet, so you don't quote-unquote have them at all. They're in your item hanger. You could still sell them or trade them.
Okay. So
once you apply them, then that would be yours forever. You could apply it to any confessor, but you can't. You would never be able to give it to anyone else.
Oh, this is for 2 different ships?
Yep. Oh, so this is an Amarian fast frigate. The Confessor is a destroyer. It brings a lot of guns, and it does a lot of damage for its size. This thing is super fast.
Sorry, you said a lot of guns.
The last ship,
guns on this.
The one that you were looking at last was the big gunship. This is the fast one.
Okay. And hold on, I need to still figure out where am I. And the third one is for the ship that I got just now. Click here.
Yep. The Punisher is a tough nut to crack. These things are designed to brawl and fight people.
Ooh. Okay. Sounds like my kind of thing.
Also,
Oh, damn, this thing looks like an alien. I'm a huge Alien fan. Look at this shit. Chat, it literally looks like a front part of an alien head and with its teeth and everything.
If you want to check out all of the ships, though, you can check out the ship tree. If you go up to the Neocom and then go to, I think ships. Hold on. Neocom, ship tree.
Wait, Neocom is this thing on the left, right?
The top left. Yeah, the little E at the top left.
Where's going to be the ships?
No, top left. The E at the top left.
The E at the top left.
The very, very top left.
You call this E?
Yeah, it's an E.
Oh, okay. It looks like 3 lines.
Right. Well, that's how Eve draws their E.
Oh, okay, cool. So ship here?
Yeah, and then ship tree.
Ship tree. Okay.
So this helps you see almost every ship in the game. And right now you're looking at the Amarian ship line. So this is all of the Amarian ships. At the top left corner, you see a bunch of icons. Those are the different empires. So if you click on each icon,
yeah, I got it.
You'll see that.
This is Amar, Kaldari, Galente, Minmatar should be.
And if you click on those, you'll see their ships.
Sub ones. Okay. So how do I see how each and every one of these ships looks like?
If you click on any given one of the ships, then it'll bring up their show info, and then if you click on the portrait, then it'll pull up there like viewing the ship. Or actually, I think if you like hover, go and click on the image.
Preview.
If you click on the little preview image, I think that should just open it up. Or if you show info and then click on it, it'll pull it up in full 3D, and you'll be able to look at all the skins and all that stuff.
Wait, this looks like.
It looks like the Punisher, correct? So
Yeah,
Tech 2 ships are advanced versions of Tech 1 ships. So Punishers, when augmented, can either become Retributions or Vengeances, depending on what you do.
Okay, so where is the Punisher in this
It's in that 6 chunk right there that you were just looking at. It's in the bottom right-hand corner.
Oh, there it is.
Yep.
Okay.
Those 6 ships are the basic Tech 1 frigates of the Amar.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's take a look at something a bit bigger.
And so the further right you go, the bigger you get, and the further up you go, the higher the technology level you get.
Ooh, this thing looks nasty.
The Devoter is a heavy interdiction cruiser, right? Heavy interdiction cruiser.
Okay. Jesus, there's so many pop-ups here. I'm getting lost in this. How do I go back to where I was?
You can X out of the Devoter window.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Oh, it's a heavy interdiction cruiser. Yeah.
So what is the biggest thing that Amar has?
All the way to the right, and
Titan.
up. The Titan. The Titans are the largest ships in the game.
It doesn't even look like a ship. What is that?
I mean, they're huge.
This looks like, what was the movie called? Oh man, I can't remember what the movie was called, but it was basically, it looked like this with just much bigger plate. I don't know how you would call it. Like,
Well,
I don't know how you call it.
One of the cool things,
basically.
One of the cool things is that the Titans have a Doomsday, and so when they fire the Doomsday weapon, you can actually see that part in the middle begin to spin, and the energy begin to coalesce in the center there, and then it just shoots this giant yellow beam at whatever it is that it's targeting. It's pretty cool. But that being said,
is that how the movie's called? Yeah, it literally looks like that. It was basically a protection from the sun while they traveled towards the sun, and it was in the same time powering the whole ship.
Oh, solar sails or whatever, yeah, solar collectors.
I wouldn't call this thing pretty.
Haha. Well,
It may be powerful, but I wouldn't call it pretty.
Yeah, each race has their own Titan.
Let's see. But is there just one?
Each
There's
Titan.
like not multiple battleships. It's just one.
Well, battleships are a
sorry,
whole
maybe-
different type of ship. But yeah, each
okay.
empire has only one Titan. There are a few pirate Titans, but I believe all of the pirate Titans are just like basically a reskin of an Empire Titan.
Wow, this one looks like Sulaco.
This is the Leviathan. The Caldari are very much the closest to like the alien world. In fact, if you go look at the Wiakomi skin on ships, you'll like Wiakomi is Wayland Corporation. Prove me wrong.
Where am I gonna?
I don't know if there is a Wiakomi skin at the bottom. But like their logo literally is a W that looks exactly the same.
Oh yeah. This is the camouflage that like Marines have.
I know. The Wiakomi are literally just Wayland Corporation and EVE Online.
Oh, badass.
It's hilarious.
Chet, I think we're gonna have to switch to Caldari.
No, well, so again, the nice thing is that you can fly whatever ships you want. You can just train Caldari too. It's fine.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay, so these are Titans. So let's take a look at. We're not gonna look at carriers.
Titans are not the kind of thing that you're going to be getting into anytime soon.
Yeah, of course. I want to take a look at these battleships.
Battleships are cool.
Navy battleship and just a battleship.
So again, the Tech 1 line is that baseline, and all of the ones higher than that are more or less more advanced versions of the ones below. So if you just stick to that bottom line below where the Omega symbols start, then those are going to be like the basic ships. So there's 3 base Amarr battleships: the Apocalypse, the Armageddon, and the Abaddon.
So this Armageddon looks to be Armageddon Navy issue.
Right. So there are Navy equivalents of ships, which are just basically a little bit better in like tank, and tank means defenses, and it's application ability to apply damage. Navy ships are generally better at that than non-Navy ships.
So I have a little question.
Yes.
Right now, all of these things look small, as I'm sure they're not. So if I would take my basic ship and park it next to this battleship, how small would it be?
I mean, we could probably show it more correctly, but I would say that your frigate, you see on the side of the battleship how there's that line of where the turret hard points just below the head of the battleship. Like look at it from the side. Look at it from the side. On the front, you see that row of like turret hard points at the front?
These 5?
Yes.
Or below these 6?
Yeah, the 5. So like a cruiser would probably be the length of that, and like a frigate maybe would be 2/3 to half of the length of that section where the turret hardpoints are, compared to the battleship. And then if you go up to the Titan.
Wait. Hold on. 2/3 from the back of the battleship all the way to here?
Just the row of guns. Like, so it's probably like a quarter or less of the length of the ship for a frigate, I would guess.
So you would be a bug, literally.
Frigates are small, man. Battleships, in fact, frigates are so small that battleships can have frigates in their escape bay. So rather than when you get blown up, you don't get blown up and go into a pod. You get blown up and are in your frigate. So
cool. So this dark thing here that's kind of black with 5 of these.
Mm-hmm. That's about
half of that would be a cruiser.
About the length of that would be the cruiser, and then like half to a
in
third of that would
length, width, height, everything.
Length.
Okay.
That's just a guess. I mean, like, I mean, you could undock your Corvette, and I can undock my cruiser, or if you wanted to, we could go a few jumps away, and I probably have a battleship I could undock, or we could find one for you to be able to see, like, a for realsy size comparison.
Sure.
But
sure. Let's do that.
The difference between the small ships in the Eve and the big ships in the Eve is pretty significant. I'll put it that way.
That's good to know. Actually, that's really awesome. Here's the question, though. I got a crazy ass mission right now.
Mm-hmm.
It says, don't come back here until you've lost it making a stand against those pirates.
Right.
So I need to go somewhere and kill as many pirates as I can and stay until I actually die.
So this is the this is the other mission in the advanced career where you have to die. So once again, they give you your own ship, a new ship. So when you accept that, you'll be given a new Punisher. Basically, you want to load up that Punisher with at least one of your turrets and some other stuff, because you have to kill one rat. And once you've killed that one rat, then a whole bunch of rats come in, and then you just have to stand until you die, which of course means insure your ship because you know that it's going to die. And then once it's dead, you're done.
True. Okay, so let me see if I remember how to do this. This? No, that's fitting. Shit.
No meaning points out that we're actually not too far away from a location where we can show you the size of Titans and actually a comparative size of all of these ships. So when we're done with the crew, then we'll head to Amar.
I got a moderator that's apparently coming with a battleship.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
So
in
I can
Amar,
just do these missions, and then when you guys are actually here, I can just undock and we can do it.
Yeah,
So
I'll
just keep doing the missions for the chat. Once you actually arrive next to this station, and as I'm sure you've figured it out by looking at my screen which one it is, then yeah, we can do that.
Right.
And now I just need to remember. Is inventory
ship hangar.
Ship hangar. So it needs to be this one that's actually called Punisher.
Mm-hmm.
I take it.
You need to assemble it and then hop in it. Because the other one is fit. So if you went in the one that was fit, then you'd get like blown up and lose all that nice stuff he just gave you.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad he renamed it to Juicy and Blingy. He, she, whatever. Okay, so we go to the fitting now.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, this thing doesn't have anything, so I'm gonna take the original laser gun, the shitty, crappy starting point one.
Now you're thinking with portals.
Sorry?
I said now you're thinking with portals. Now you're doing. Yeah, that's good thinking.
Yeah. Okay. So we go to here. Item hanger. That would be this one.
That actually isn't your civilian, but it doesn't matter. They're all cheap. Make sure to put ammo in it, though.
The only one that
you left the civilian on the Imperator still.
Oh, okay. So which one is this then? Dual
light
pulse. Oh no! This is the one that I need to use. Hell no, that's my second laser.
It's fair
for my actual ship.
Right.
That I can equip now. Speaking of, well, I don't need to do it now. Okay, so I need to go back to that other station then.
Nope.
to pick that shit up.
Your Imperator is right there. If you actually right-click on the Imperator in your ship hangar, you can see your two ships underneath it. If you right-click on the Imperator and then click Strip Ship or Strip Fitting, it's the bottom option, I think. Then it just takes everything off of that ship and dumps it into your item hangar.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the basic one that I left in the other.
That's your turret is on that Imperator is your basic ship. That's your Corvette.
Okay, and in the other station, I demounted the original basic turret.
Got it. Well,
so I was thinking that should I just go there, pick it up, and install it on my what's it called, Punisher, and then go do the mission with that.
We've officially overthought this process, whichever way you would like to do it.
Probably.
It's fine.
Not worth it?
It's fine either way.
All right. Well, I'm just thinking because then I'm not going to have dual lasers on my ship anymore. I'm just going to have one once my ship dies.
Right. We're going to be buying you all new stuff. None of this.
True. I don't think I'll be missing money anytime soon.
Right. One of the things you're going to learn is that all of this stuff is very, very basic stuff. Like, I buy those guns like 50 at a time if need be.
And then
I'll give you a hint. If the tutorial gave it to you for free, that means it's pretty easy to get. That means it's basically worth nothing. Because if the tutorial gave you something that was worth something, people would literally run the tutorial over and over again just to farm that thing to put it up. If that was a good way to get money. If there's a way to make money, people will do it.
Oh. I don't. Now that I put the ammunition on the actual turret, I don't have any spare.
That's fine.
For the hangar, is that okay?
Yeah, because you still have every gun currently has a thing of ammo for it right now, and we'll be getting more crystals in later, anyways.
I don't know what that conversation is supposed to mean. Sorry.
That was Timerian, the guy who is bringing a battleship for you to come see, trying to open up a combo to say hi to you.
Oh, okay. Shit. Sorry. I thought when it said chat, it was gonna be like audio.
Nope. It just means a pop-up
window.
Yeah, it's just a private chat window.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then I guess send it again. All right, so I think that's it. I just need to go there now with this one laser, kill someone, and die.
You just opened up a new combo.
Accept invitation. Okay. Okay.
Oh gosh.
What is this? Discord attachment. There's your size comparison.
Ah, he sent you an image.
Oh, I'm gonna save that until I can see it directly with my eyes. I already have a moderator on the way.
Right. Well, the other thing is, like I said, when we're done with this, we're gonna head over to Amar, and in Amar Prime, there's all kinds of ships to go check out and see. There's a whole parade.
First.
All right. While you go
I can just dock again, right?
Yes. I'm going to be confident that just right-click on the station and dock. But like literally, you don't even need it. Like anywhere on the physical model of the station, you can actually right-click on it to make it work.
Oh, okay.
I will actually be right back. I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. I assume that everything will be fine,
no
and
worries,
you will die with glory.
No worries. Do your thing. Insuring isn't worth it. Well, I'm about to find out. I'm about to find out if that's true. Let me tap ya. Thank you for the sub. Welcome to the team. I did appreciate it. Also, Eichmann, thank you for 7. Evil Guy with 17. Dust with 6. Thank you. Welcome to Gold. Builder with 11. Jesus, I missed a lot of stuff. Okay, now shit. Now I need to remember. Right click insure. Easy. Insure. Yeah, there we go. It will cost me 103,000, and I get 345,000. How's that not worth it? How are my eyes feeling? So. I'm handling it decently.
Immortal.
God, what am I gonna do? Chat, what am I gonna do? I just went from 1,600,000,000 and 660,000 to 1,681,560,000. I'm worried. You fuckers are crazy. Yeah, that should be like 90 days or something. Undock from station. Oh, can do it like that. There we go. You can buy a loaf of bread in when it's well now. You can buy a loaf of bread in when it's well now. Okay. Hey, Cunningham. Way too much ISK for a noob. I don't have any intention of using it in any particular way just yet, so don't worry. Warp to location.
Warp drive active.
Are you training, Flambass? Yes. I don't know if that's a question to me or is that a question to my mentor, but yes, I'm currently being mentored for EVE Online. So far, the things that I actually struggle with are the subtle things. It's like they don't exactly tell you, oh, you need to go here and click and drag this item that belongs into this slot. That's your weapon. That's where your weapons are. It's like the missions, the stuff like this, the very basic stuff isn't that hard. It's just some of these weird. Okay, so acceleration gate, I take it.
EVE Online is 80% UI management. Once you understand how to like use the UI and interact with it and whatnot, that's like a huge percentage of being a decent pilot, to be honest.
Yeah. We'll get there.
Yep.
Oh, one question that I forgot to ask is, in this game, you don't actually physically have to drive and try to dodge your shells and such, right?
Right. You command your ship. You don't pilot your ship in the same classic way. You tell your ship what to do, and it performs. Although, I mean, once you get into the nitty gritty of it, between manual piloting and other stuff like that, you can get quite a bit
Oh shit, this is gonna be tricky. Wait, he's on 7.8. I need to go closer. Oh, wait.
Glorification unfit, mortification unfit. Obiswan, you, sir, are glorified. We are currently hanging out with Flambass. Flambass?
Oh, so we're pretty close.
Either way, really cool Twitch streamer who's checking out Eve as part of a partnership deal thing that we're doing. So I am functioning as his mentor to help him out.
Barely, but we're winning. Orbit, not keep at range. Why?
Well, so orbiting means that you will continue to go around them, which will help you mitigate their damage. If you really need to be super close, you'd want to hit approach. But keep at range means that you're not actually giving them anything to, like, miss you with, if that makes sense. So...
Okay, so you need to be orbiting.
Generally speaking, you want to orbit rather than keep at range. You use keep at range if you're expecting to stay out of their range. Like, I would say, like, keep at range 30 if I was a kiting ship or something like that, maybe. But in general, I either orbit or approach. You're an armored tank ship, so don't worry about it.
Well, I kind of do need to die, though.
That's true, but don't worry. When this rat dies, there'll be plenty to kill you.
Well, I do need to kill at least one anyway,
yes.
So I need to win over him. I'm just surprised just how much damage he's doing in comparison to everything we've been encountering so far.
There we go.
Because you need to move, that's rule number 1.
Yep, never stop moving.
Isn't keeping at range also moving?
No, because if he's not moving, that means you're not moving.
Ah, okay.
Also, if you're not,
what is this?
if you're moving straight for or against a person, you're now being webbed. You're now being disrupted, damped. So you're being slowed down at the bottom of your screen.
Dampens?
Yep. So the web, which is that spherical effect on your ship, is slowing you down.
Holy shit, how many of them? Oh my god! Okay,
yeah.
Well, I'm not even going to shoot back, just
all right.
Get me.
Mission success.
Yeah, great. You got yourself murdered. Congratulations, you're good at this. Can you do it again? Oh my god, that's a lot of stuff that showed up.
Yep. All right,
so Arbaz Stargate, that's where I'm going, right?
No, you just warp to location.
Warp drive active.
Hellfire, how's that battleship coming? Where's my poop? Here's my poop. 29 jumps away. Holy fuck. Where were you, dude?
So before we dock, though, can you hit Control Space to stop your ship? I have a couple of improvements that I'd like us to do. First and foremost, if you can open up your chat client, like any of your chat pages.
Where would that... Oh, here.
And then there should be like a plus sign to open chat window.
No plus sign.
Oh, no. Yeah. Open up one of the chat windows, any of them. And then at the edge of that chat window is a plus sign that lets you do a new one.
Open channel window.
Yep.
Okay.
Now type in Z as in Z-S as in Sam space overview and join that channel.
Wait. Z-S
then space overview.
Attempting to join a channel. Okay.
So now in the message of the day, there's a whole bunch of blue links, right? You want to click on Z-S core.
Okay.
And then click on under layouts Z-S standard.
Wait, hold
on. Yeah, hit yes.
Load overview. You're about to load a new overview profile. It might override some of your tab presets. Are you sure? I have no idea what I'm doing now.
Yep. It's easier to explain once it's done, honestly.
Okay. So I click that, then what?
Now click on the Z-S standard layout. It's under layouts. In the
standard,
same, yeah. And then hit yes. Good to go. Okay, so now, as you can see on the right-hand side, your overview is now different.
Aha.
You
Okay,
now
so this was just overview.
Correct.
Overlay of the...
People were saying for me to correct your overview earlier, and I wanted to get us to a point where we can like get to a point where you can process that instead of doing everything else. So this seemed like a good time. So you can see now you have multiple tabs, and you can swap between the tabs to filter out what you're looking at. So the furthest left tab.
We'll test it. We'll test it in the next mission then, I guess.
Absolutely.
Alrighty then. So we go to here. Come on. There we go. And then we go here. Oh, no, I don't need to have them on the right. Here. Complete the mission. Alrighty then. Request a mission. Use your afterburner to travel quickly through the electromagnetic disturbance to the asteroid colony.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
So in this case, they're giving you an afterburner. You can actually fit it back onto your Corvette if you wanted to. And then the afterburner will make you go faster.
Do I not already have an afterburner?
I think you do.
Yeah, I think so too. Let me check. Item hanger?
No. I mean, it should be...
Ship hanger.
Oh, yeah. I guess we stripped the fitting, didn't we?
Fitting. There.
Yeah, oh, yeah. It does. There it is. I think that... I would actually put the small armor repper on that ship, too, just in case.
You want me to leave this civilian small remote armor repair?
The remote or the non-remote armor repper, the normal armor repper that is in your item hanger should be a low slot item, not a high slot item.
Aha, okay, so we ditch this one into the item hanger.
Yeah, well, yeah, you don't have the remote doesn't matter either way. But yeah, in this case you need a local one.
That would be the small. No, small collection remote armor repair does not fit in this slot. Neither of them actually fit.
No, those are so. The remote reps, which are the ones with 3 dashes, are high slot modules. One row above that is your low slot armor repper.
Oh, I'm an idiot. I didn't even pay attention to this one.
There you go.
I forgot everything you told me pretty much. Well, we are still down to 1 gun, although we don't seem to be needing it for the next
I don't think that this mission involves guns much.
Chat is saying activate the mission. Did I not activate the mission?
Looks... Oh, no.
There we go. Okay. Is there a difference to if you use like 2 afterburners?
You can't.
Oh, you can't use 2. Okay.
No, you can have an afterburner and a micro warp drive, which are the 2 types of prop modules. You can only have one on at a time.
All right. Why can I not like? Oh, never mind. Maybe like this.
I'm not sure what you're trying to do.
Whatever. I was trying to actually raise the cam so that it's like more, but as you can see, I'm clicking and it doesn't want to raise it.
You can either scroll it out. Oh. Yeah, so basically...
It's like it hits the limit and it doesn't want to go.
There's an upper...
So I'm thinking...
limit for sure. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, so I'm thinking if I turn my ship... Yeah, so it's basically the camera is locked. It's not about the ship. So if you... The cam can only turn to like a certain angle. And then if you need more than that, you actually need to turn your ship so it works. So you see now it works. But now it doesn't go higher than this point. So camera seems to be fixated. Anyway, warp to location. 10 jumps away.
Warp drive
Dear
active.
God, where like... Prepare yourself. Well, yeah. What? What's up? The battleship fleet. Like my chat. Going to join goons. I don't even know what that means. So I'm not joining anything. Okay. So the okay.
Thanks,
What
Ty. So the problem here is that you're actually so close to the gate that you're bumping off of it. So if you hit control space, then you'll stop trying to activate it. And then if you like bring your camera so you're pointing up and then double click in space, then you'll start heading away from the gate. And then you'll be able to correct it from there. But first hit close on the, yeah. Like if you pan the camera so you're pointing up, if that makes sense. And then double click in that direction. Okay. Yeah. Never mind.
Right, so what was it? Do I need to use this acceleration gate? Yes, I do. Okay. Activate. Can you ask your tutor if stealth bombers are good for solo PvP?
Yes.
There you go.
Especially under the right conditions.
Hold on, what is this? Ping. Oh.
All right, what are we supposed to be? Oh, yeah, you're supposed to be just going through the cloud, I think. So Afterburner and...
I love how the music just started all of a
you
sudden.
need.
Okay.
I think you need to start hauling ass because you're going to start taking damage.
Okay. So I just need to use the afterburner, right?
Yeah, I think you need to get to that rock as fast as possible. So start approaching it and use the Afterburner. You're still not going anywhere. There's like that big structure in front of you.
Oh, that. Oh, that's a rock. Okay.
Yep, just hit approach.
What makes you say that I'll start taking damage, though?
The fact that the description said that there's a poison cloud that you have to get through. That's why I also.
Oh, that's why I have to use the afterburners.
That's also why I told you to bring the armor repper.
How do I use it?
I would turn on your armor repper. Just let it keep cycling now. Just let it go. It'll keep going.
Holy shit, that thing is...
So as you can see, your armor repper is recovering your armor as it's taking damage.
Oh, but will it recover shields, or is it just for the armor?
Armor repper only reps armor. Shield boosters rep shields.
Okay.
Generally, you only tank against armor or shields, not both at the same time, and Amar generally tank towards armor. You're free to go now. You might want to leave before you run out of capacitor. Also, turn off your afterburner.
I can turn off the repairer as
I
well.
would keep. Well, yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. But so afterburners and micro warp drives, as well as making you go faster, reduce your ability, or increase your mass, which makes you a lot clunkier too. So if you're trying to do like a warp maneuver, it's always best to cut off your prop mod at the same time to make it so you'll enter into warp faster.
Is this thing off by now by itself?
Well, you ran out of capacitor, and then it tried to use it, and then failed, and so it said capacitor is empty and shut off.
Aha, okay. And then how does that work? Do I need to manually recharge, reload, or...
The capacitor recharges over time. And as you can see, your capacitor had 2/3 recharged by the time you landed.
How do you see that, actually?
The capacitor is in the center of your HUD. It's the three yellow bars.
Okay.
With bigger ships, you'll have more yellow bars.
Okay.
We'll explain.
You need to increase your UI size.
You can do that if you want to. That's actually not a terrible idea. So if you hit Escape menu and go to Display and Graphics, you can turn in the top left. There's a bunch of drop downs. Halfway down is UI scaling. You can turn that to a different percentage to make it bigger or smaller to make things easier to read. And then again, I'd recommend unchecking camera shake because it can nauseate some viewers. And then under chat, under general settings, you can change the font size.
Oh, this is now all bigger. Okay. Well, I was fine with the way it was before as well, but I guess if this makes it better for people watching, fine by me.
It's up to you,
Okay,
I think.
Complete mission. Yeah, I'm fine with how things are. So we go into.
Thank you, Eventon.
Okay. How's that jumping going, boys?
Eventon,
5
I
jumps
think
away.
is what it
Okay,
is.
so I think
Thank
I
you
can
for
do
that
one
very
more,
much.
and
Welcome,
then
welcome, welcome. We are hanging out with a
pulse laser.
big time streamer,
Civilian
checking out
Gatling
EVE
laser to
Online.
destroy the pirate. And simple as that.
Yeah, so this is a pretty normal one. I think this is just go out and kill him. In fact, at this point, you could actually grab that blingy Punisher that you've been given and just go and stomp it.
Do I need? Is this the? Yeah, this is the same as this. I don't have ammo for it though.
Yep. What gun is that? Hover over it.
Civilian Gatling pulse laser.
So civilian guns don't actually need ammo, but.
Oh, they're not the same. You're right. So this is the very basic one that I had that I wanted to go on the other station for, right?
Yeah, civilian means like newbie tutorial thing. It's
Why do I need to go back to this weapon usage again? That's a bit weird, but
you don't need to. That's just what they're giving you to do it.
Yeah, but they say you need to kill the guy with this. That's the thing.
Okay. That's
so I can turn
possible.
both of them until he's low and then turn off the one that's more modern, that's not supposed to be the one that does the killing blow, I take it?
I don't think it... Well, it shouldn't matter which one does the killing blow, but we can... I've seen worse, I suppose. So we'll find out together, I guess. Okay. Let me see. I might have some ammo for you. Let me see real quick.
But you said he doesn't need ammo.
That's true. But it can take it, but I don't have any, so never mind. Good luck.
Okay.
Not right here, at least. I can look to see if there's any on the market, but yeah. Should be... So far, I'm going to go with the assumption that everything's fine and you can just go do it with what you got.
Yeah, we'll just go do it. And then when we get back, I'm guessing there should be a battleship somewhere. Warp to location.
Warp drive active.
35 jumps in the jack. New map UI. I'm lost. New map UI. Okay. Well, I mean, so far I am A-okay with the game. I was a bit worried when people were saying it's a bunch of spreadsheets. And I'm sure there's a bunch of spreadsheets about the game. But so far, yeah, I can see myself spending a bunch of time in this game. Okay, are we here? Is that the guy I need to kill?
It is definitely a game that you can spend a bunch of time in.
So control left click. Orbit at 5. Although, what is this one? This one is more like 4, but... Oh, shit, he's already shooting at me. Suck on these, mother trucker. Track. Oh, Jesus Christ, he's gone.
All done.
I didn't even get to turn off. I didn't even get to turn off my one of my weapons. He just died. Oops. UI's way too big? Yeah, I think so too, honestly.
Looks like
I
it
think
worked.
so too. So we're going back to 100.
Yeah, as Hobby Dungeon pointed out, spreadsheeting is optional. I used to jokingly, especially when I did faction warfare most of the time, I used to say, I don't play spreadsheets in space, I kill people who do.
Warp drive active.
Ask about the radial menu. It's much better to use.
Let's get to that. So if you open up your escape menu again, and then go to General Settings, in the center under In-Flight, there is 2 drop-down menus. The bottom drop-down menu says Open Radial Menu With, and you'll want to move it from the left mouse button to the right mouse button. You can also change it to a different mouse button if you want to later on. The biggest thing is to keep it off the left mouse button, but I recommend the right mouse button. Once you're done with that, go ahead and close it.
Don't have to apply or anything.
I don't think so.
Again.
Yep. Now, if you right-click and... Oh, you're going to need to undock in order to show it off. So we'll let you dock up and finish the thing and then undock, and then we'll show you what the radial menu is like.
Okay. Sweet.
All right. So the radial menu allows you to do basic commands as a gesture as opposed to as like a right-click menu. So radial menu plus hotkeys allows you to perform a lot of the different actions, the most basic actions, quickly, and without having to like read through a list in order to find the correct entry. The advantage to radial menu is the same direction is always the same thing no matter what. So let's go ahead and check it out. Go ahead and undock.
Okay, let me just request a mission then.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, sure.
Have a reason to undock. Acquire these goods. Drop off location. Tick. And item 10 hostages. What? Wait, so I'm already at the location.
Right.
Or no, this is the drop off location where I need to get them, I guess.
So what this mission is saying is
go collect them and bring them here.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. I guess that's simple. Is there like a cargo for these people? Are they gonna have space?
It says that on the mission details, it says that they take 10 M3, which your ship should have plenty of. In fact, if you try to accept a mission that your ship can't hold the stuff that's required, it'll actually tell you that. So.
Oh, so you need to be at the moment of accepting the mission in a proper ship.
You don't have to be, but it will say, hey, the ship that you're doing is the ship you're trying to do it with can't hold the stuff that you're trying to do.
Awesome. Okay, so undock. You need to get a box of people. Yeah.
All right.
Something is outside the station. Oh, is it?
Uh-oh. Just go to your combat tab.
Yeah.
So if you see those two, there's an Apocalypse Navy issue and there's a Praxis on grid with you. If you, you're going past the Apocalypse Navy issue right now. So that is a battleship.
Okay, hold on.
You can approach the Apocalypse Navy issue in your overview to get close to it. And there's a Praxis in the background too.
What is that? Which class is that? That's a battleship?
That is a battleship. Mm-hmm.
Huh. Isn't that the one that I was actually looking at?
It is
the Navy
the
version?
same.
No, it was the
Predator
or something. What was it?
Yeah, we were looking at the Armageddon. This is the Apocalypse. Two different battleships of the same empire, basically.
Yeah, I'm a bug.
Yep.
I'm literally a bug.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And what's crazy is that
I heard
a Titan will make a battleship look like that compared to it.
Oh, you're kidding.
No.
They're that big?
Yes.
Jesus. But I heard that a battleship, for example, could struggle to actually hit something as small as I am right now.
Correct. You're so small and so fast.
Too big of a difference in size. They struggle to track it, block it.
Yeah, well, both, but basically your turrets can only move so fast. So if you're moving really fast, then the turrets can't keep up. They can't hit you very well at all.
Yeah, that thing is pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And like I said, if when we're done here, we can go to Amar and check out the whole the Amarian Empress has her, honor guard laid out in front of the main station.
Oh.
So there's like hundreds of battleships and Titans and Faxes, and not hundreds, but dozens.
Keep in mind that
go
works
check
both ways. What works both ways? What, me if I'm really big in comparison to someone that's really if I'm small and there's a big slow battle, why would I have a problem tracking him?
Oh, you can hit, but your weapon will be basically a mosquito.
Oh yeah, I mean, of course.
Potentially.
It's gonna be like throwing rocks at the actual ship.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Awesome. So that's what I have to
one of the biggest keys here though is that frigates, while you may not be able to do that much damage, if you had some sort of disruption module, like for instance, a warp scrambler or a web or even a tracking computer, like all of those things work just as well. Doesn't matter what kind of ship you're in. So if there's this big battleship and you have a warp disruptor and you're pointing him and he can't kill you, then guess what? He's going to stay on field and all of your friends are going to kill him. And you're going to get credit because you're the one that kept him on field. And if anybody else had pointed him, if anybody else had used a warp disruptor, they would have been big enough that he would have been able to target him and just blow him out of the water and then warp off. But nope, he couldn't hit you. So you held him on field and your friends killed him. That's how this game works.
You're kidding. So I could literally take this little shit and disrupt a battleship.
Correct.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yep. And that's why we use frigates in what we call fast tackle. Because your job is to go, be too fast for them to deal with, and then just grab hold of them and give the rest of the bigger ships an opportunity to get into a good position and nail them.
Wait, this isn't a gate or anything. This is a ship.
That right there is the Praxis battleship. It is the SOCT battleship. The biggest advantage
I thought it was a gate that you go through.
The biggest advantage of the Praxis is that it actually doesn't require any skills to fly. So even a day one pilot can sit in that battleship and pilot it just fine.
Where is the truck? Jeez. I thought I was looking at a gate or something from afar.
That's really funny because, I mean, I've heard a lot of things, but I thought the Praxis was a gate is pretty high up there.
Yeah. What was the thing that I passed next to? This thing. What is this?
That is an Abaddon. An Abaddon is a different Amarian battleship. This one in particular has a skin called the Cryptic Mimesis skin that makes it look like the battleship has been taken over by rogue drones. So it's kind of torn up and there's all these little red, like floaty bits around it. That is all part of the skin.
So you said this is also a battleship?
That is a battleship. Yep. That is the third Amarian battleship. So, you know, the three Amarian battleships are the APOC, the Armageddon, and the Abaddon. So the one you looked at.
All three guys that arrived here with battleships are from Amar.
No, the Praxis is SOCT, but the third Amarian battleship was the one that you looked at in the ship viewer.
Aha, yeah.
So between that one and the first one you looked at and this one, those are the three Amarian battleships, roughly. And then the Praxis is a special one.
Pretty badass.
Yeah, the Abaddon is one of my favorite battleships. It's actually the first thing I trained into.
But this thing, the Praxis, it literally looks like something menacing that's standing and overwatching everything because of its size and circle. It literally looks like a bat or something that spread its wings and is just looking right now. It's like, I'm about to eat you or something.
What's actually really cool about that is that those wings or the spikes fold down while it's in warp. So there's a pretty cool warp animation with the Praxis as well.
Cool.
Yeah, the other advantage with
I can only imagine how a shit ton of these murdering each other would actually look like.
Looks pretty cool.
I've heard some stories, yeah.
Yep. And actually, all three of those ships have at least at one time been used as a core doctrine by big battleship fleets.
The hell are these little things flying around?
I'm gonna guess they release their drones. If you hold Alt and click on one of them, and if you hold Alt and click and drag, well, if you click and drag, you'll do a bounding box. So if you Alt and bounding box around one of them, then you'll snap the camera to it.
Yeah, it's fine. I just wanted to. I don't suspect they look much.
I mean, they're kind of cool.
Oh?
Yeah, you can also, I think, yeah.
That's how it looks like?
Yep. You can watch them darting around in space.
That's 3 big-ass Getlings.
Okay, so now let's go ahead and practice a little bit with your radial menu. Let's go ahead and orbit the Praxis, but we're going to orbit the Praxis using the radial menu, not your other menu. So go ahead and right-click and hold on the Praxis on your overview.
Oh, on
the overview.
Oh, the overview.
Yep.
Right-click and hold.
So that is the radial menu. Now, if you go in a direction, you'll select that thing, and you can go.
I know how it works.
Yeah.
I know how it works.
Well, if you go
in World Warships as well.
If you go past the radial menu on like the orbit side, you'll be able to select a custom distance. The further, if you only go to the orbit area, then it'll do the default distance. But if you go past the orbit, then it'll let you set a custom range. Same with the keep it range. That'll let you set a custom range as well. So the secret here is...
Let me see. This would be 6.8.
The secret here is radial menu up and right is always orbit. Radial menu up and or down and right is always a keep it range. Up and left is always warp to, and up is always interact with.
Wait, I can't pull the radial menu anymore. All of a sudden, what did I do?
You should be able to do it now.
Right click and hold, right?
Yeah, you should be able to do it now.
I'm clicking right.
You were, I think.
Hell, it literally didn't work for like 7 times in a row.
Were you holding down control while you were doing it?
No, I did it without. Okay, so what that was... See, right now, right click. Oh, whatever. Every time I tried to... So that's keep it range. Oh, but that's not what I wanted. What I want to is orbit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, orbit at 7. And keep it range.
Well, those are 2 different orders. So you just
I know.
Okay. Well, the keep it range order will override the orbit order, just so you know.
So is this right now working only for this particular ship? It's not like I'm setting it as default or anything like that.
That's saying right now I want to take this action. That's how you can like basically customize your radials or your orbits or warps or all that stuff on the fly. You can have your defaults, but then with radial you can set up custom ranges too. But in general, I recommend building up the muscle memory to use radials for jump or warp, activation, orbit, approach, because once you start building that muscle memory in, you can take those gesture actions so much faster than navigating a right-click menu.
You have to hold it for a certain amount of time for the radial menu to open. Yeah, that's probably what I potatoed.
Yeah, and you can set that in the escape menu. You can turn that down. But you can actually hold, if you're holding down the radial menu and begin your gesture, it actually, you don't have to wait for it to fully pop up. Once you get used to it, you'll learn how to interface with the radial menu.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So we warp to location. Let's see if we can finish these last few missions.
I don't think you can absolutely disable the radio menu, but you can move it to a button that you don't use. That was an answer to a question in my chat. Sorry.
Oh, no problem.
I do not recommend. I mean, like, some people don't use the radio menu. I personally consider that, like, radio menu makes you a faster and more responsive pilot, but to each their own. Yeah, and Matthew in my chat is saying that he wished he had learned radio a long time ago. And that's one of the reasons why I like to teach that really early on. Because the earlier you start to drill in that muscle memory, like the worst thing is if you have to unlearn the other process that's like well locked in order to learn the new process. If you can drill in your muscle memory correctly the first time, then you know, it's a lot easier.
Warp drive active.
I muted myself to him, but Matt, I don't know if you've ever watched this, but there's a really awesome YouTube channel called Smarter Every Day, and he has an episode where he broke his brain by forcing himself to learn how to ride a bike that was like geared up to make it so that it was backwards. So, you know, steering left went right and right went left, and it took him a long time to learn how to ride it. But once he wasn't able to ride normal bikes anymore. It's a really interesting video.
Okay. Move in, rescue the hostages, go.
Yeah, so your job is, if you see that,
facility?
yeah, that container, you want to go to the container and open it, which would be radial menu up, by the way.
I do it on the prison facility.
Yes, the little box.
So this is approach?
Yep, well, it's open cargo. Radial menu up is always interact. So if it's a gate, then it's jump. First. Yeah. If you do an order for interaction, you will navigate to it first. So like if you do a radial menu up on a gate, it'll be jump. Radial menu up on a station would be dock. radial menu up on a container is open. And so if it's a Stargate, then you'll warp to it and jump, or if it's a station, you'll warp to it and dock. If it's a container, then you'll approach it and open it.
Turn on afterburner.
That's good.
Okay. How close do I need to be before I can open cargo?
2.5 kilometers is interaction range, but given the fact that you started this with an order to open it, as soon as you come in range, it should pop up. There it is. Go ahead, loot all.
Oh, just, yeah.
And then get out of here before they do anything.
How do I get out of here?
Well, close the window and then just warp back to the station.
Dock.
Warp drive active.
Okay. Playing with glasses on can actually be good and not poison for one's eyes. Why would it be poison for one's eyes, though?
Oh, good. Thank you, Hobby Junction.
Permission requested.
I'll bring it up when he undocks.
Chill game, I like it. Yeah.
Docking
So far, so good.
accepted.
So far, so good. Although I still kind of feel like being in a tutorial area.
You are definitely 100% in the tutorial. But
Yeah.
the issue is that as soon as you're done with the career agents and you're like, okay, well, now what? The answer is whatever you want. Like, it goes from hand-holding to absolutely nothing, basically, instantly. So this is the closest thing you're going to get. Back in the day, the original tutorial for EVE Online was, here's your ship, now fuck off. But at least they teach you the very basics at this point.
Use the civilian stasis web fire to corner the pirate and then interrogate him. Okay. No, be careful out there, you hear me? Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, this is the second to last fight. Yeah, this is the one where you have to web the guy.
Civilian stasis. So which one would that be? That'd be
10 below 0. Thank you for joining us down the rabbit hole,
So
Steve
I
Online.
have to get rid of the warp disruptor
Yep. Bingo.
in order for that to work, and that's it, right?
Yep.
Cool. Simple enough. Okay,
Is
I'm
this the
undocking.
same Flambass from World of Warships? Yes.
Yes. You said you wanted to do something when I undock.
Yeah. So to the left of your your HUD, which is where your armor, like all your hit points, your capacitor, and all that stuff is, just to the left of that, there's a whole bunch of buttons. In the left row, second from the top, is called Tactical Overlay. Go ahead and click on that. So, and now if you scroll out a little bit, you'll see...
Yeah, a bunch of directions.
Yes. Yeah. Scroll like way out. You'll see like there's like rings of ranges around you, and everything around you now has little lines that lead to those ranges. This is a tactical overlay, so this shows you everything in the system or in grid with you and how far relatively to you that they are based on the distance of the tactical overlay. You can also hover over a weapon, one of your weapons, to kind of create a red sphere around it or a red line around it, which will tell you who's in your optimal and who's in your fall off. So this is just a good way for you to be able to be more aware of what's happening around you. And also, if you zoom in on your ship, you'll see that your ship has a vector. And if you have a ship targeted and locked and selected, you'll see that ship's vector as well on your ship. So that way you can use that to kind of bring your vectors in alignment to reduce their traversal velocity so you can hit them easier.
So do you just keep this
Just
on
keep
at
it.
all times?
Yep. Pretty much you can just keep the tactical overlay on forever.
Okay, cool. Is that it? We warping?
Yep, you're good to go.
All right.
Warp drive active.
I find it even more hilarious now that I zoomed out this much, how small I am in comparison to the station.
So 10 Below Zero asks if I'm going to be taking Flambass under my wing. Well, this is going to be, we have multiple times together where we're going to be working on stuff. I think a total of what, like 10?
Five. I think it's 5 times.
It's 5 times for 2 hours each, so 10 hours total.
Yeah.
So we have at least that. But of course, if he's interested, he's more than willing to be more than welcome to be part of the convocation of Empyreans and all that sort of stuff, and we can give him any further help that he wants to. But I'm contractually obligated to help him for at least 10 hours.
Wait, I don't have a lock anymore. What the hell?
So that thing is too far away for you to lock. You're going to need to approach it first. If you actually hold control and try to click on it, it'll tell you both that you can't lock it and how close you need to get to lock it. Goodwin, thank you for joining us down the rabbit hole, which is online.
Control and then what?
Control and click.
Oh, it must be within 32 kilometers.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, control and click makes it try to lock. And if it tries to lock and fails, it'll tell you why.
Range within 10 kilometers. Okay. Getting closer. Flambass bought himself a friend. No.
No, this was there's an ongoing I guess cooperative what is it? Deal, sponsorship, whatever. Yeah. But the idea is that we're combining experienced EVE Online players with high profile Twitch streamers that play other games but that maybe haven't tried EVE Online. EVE Online streaming is a really good way to learn EVE Online. It's a really, this kind of interaction happens all the time, but this way we can take streamers that have very large audiences compared to what we normally have in EVE, and it's an exchange program of sorts.
Oh yeah, that's right. EveMan actually told me to remind you to so I need to start skill training. I actually started a bunch of skill training, but I'm pretty sure they ended by now.
Yeah, if you open up your your character, or even the bar right below your character, it'll open up your skill queue and make sure to throw something in there. That's a good point.
Okay, so what would you suggest? I've done shields from 1 to 2 level. Gunnery, that was part of
drones 5.
What I had to. Sorry?
Drones 5.
Drones level 5.
Mm-hmm. Although honestly, you could.
Isn't level 5 like super duper long?
Well, you don't have to. You can put other skills ahead of it, but you actually want to have a long skill in your queue, because if you can take a skill that takes like 10 days to train, you can always put it. You can put it in there, and you can always put more things ahead of it if you want to. But it makes it so you don't get to this state again where you're not training anything at all. So
okay.
You can throw whatever other stuff you want in there. But
here's my question.
What's up?
Is this on the right? How much time will it take for this particular skill to get from 3 to 4? 1 day, 17 hours, 24 minutes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and so, as an alpha, your last skill must start within 24 hours. So you can put up to 24 hours worth of skills in there, and then put a giant skill at the end if you wanted to. But given that you're a Mar, you could go with gunnery skills, you could go with armor skills, you can go with ship command skills or navigation skills. We can talk more about like what skills are smart to train later, but for the most part, it's just like make sure that there's a big training queue or skill in there over a day, so that way you don't at least fail to train,
What does it say it doesn't fit? Oh, it needs to be. You just said it. Jesus, I'm not listening.
Now, once we go Omega, you can have as many skills as or you can have as long of a skill queue as you want.
Yeah, okay. So the queue is 24 hours or one skill that's longer than that. I'm literally, right. I was listening to it and I was trying to do exactly opposite of that.
Right. So now, just as an example, if you go back to like your armor skills, for example, and you find a skill that has less than a day's worth of training in it.
We don't have that.
Okay. Well, if you go to gunnery skills.
I could go back to drones and then do this drone avionics.
Yeah.
It's just
so drag it, but make sure to drag it above the drone skill.
So
Like,
where?
yep. Yeah.
Boom.
See? So you can put skills above the thing as long as the drone skill starts within 23 hours and 59 minutes. So you can put 23 hours and 59 minutes worth of stuff.
It below? Would it allow me to drop it below?
It can't go below because drones is more than a day, and the last thing must start within a day.
I was just trying to trick the system immediately. Okay, cool. Well, okay, that's basically.
But again, this is an alpha restriction,
time, right?
Yes. So once you go Omega, two things will happen. One, you will no longer have a time-based restriction on your skill queue, and the rate in which you gain skills will double. So your skill training for these things will halve.
So you literally just put everything there, just in a proper order, and you forget about it.
Yes, you can have up to 50 skills total in your skill queue if you have Omega. So I have like 370 days in my skill queue at this point.
307. Okay. I'm afraid to ask how long it took you to do that.
Well, I've been playing since 2010.
Is that 1.7 billion? No. Yeah, it is.
So there is one thing, but while we're talking about skill queue, that people are going to get really mad at if I don't mention. There is a list of skills that are known as the Magic 14. The Magic 14 skills are listed on EVE University's website, on the EVE Academy website, which is the official EVE like EVE Online or CCP's website to help new players out on EVE Academy. Either way, the Magic 14 are the 14 skills that are useful for you no matter what ship you end up flying. So these are like fitting skills, navigation skills.
14 you go for.
Right. It's not the 14 most essential, but they're just the 14 skills that are going to be useful no matter what it is that you end up doing.
Okay. Okay.
So if you go with like Magic 14 skills plus your armor, your tank skills and your weapon system skills for your racial ship skills, that's going to get you like 90% of the way towards a good skill plan.
Okay, then I guess at some point you can send me a picture or link or something with what these 14 are. Question before I forget. I just heard a boop, 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 and I think there was like a orange exclamation mark at the top left. Like, what is that? Because I heard that like 20 times by now.
So you have timers on the top left, and as you notice, there's little subtle audio cues to keep you informed with those. Each timer is different. You can hover over them to see what they are. That timer that you were looking at was your NPC combat timer. So every time you shoot an NPC or get shot at by an NPC, it starts that timer over. It basically only prevents you from logging off. But like there's a PvP, there's a player combat timer, and there's like a suspect flag and a criminal flag and all other flags you can get. But basically that basic yellow flag just means that you are engaging with an NPC.
Okay.
So the timer ticked off, that the bink, 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 and whatever was the timer ending. I think it means it's been 10 minutes or whatever since the last time you shot at an NPC.
Okay.
However long the timer is. I don't remember how long that specific timer is.
Last mission, kill the terrorist leader inside the pleasure hub.
The
following item will be granted to you when the mission is accepted. Courser?
Yeah, so this is going to be a little bit of a harder fight than before. So your Punisher should be able to do it. My Stratios can go and make it trivial in the event that you run into trouble. But given the fact that this is the end of the Advanced Military Career Agent, they are now giving you your first destroyer. So remember I told you that the first one that you looked at with a skin that I said was a gunboat? That's what they're giving you when you accept this.
Let's check what they're giving me. Ship hangar.
Now, ironically, I don't think you can fly it yet.
Buy and train, yeah.
Awkward turtles. They used to actually give you the skill book, but now there's a destroyer pack that they sell. I don't know. It's really awkward. But either way, you can just buy and train it if you want to. But that Punisher should be able to crack that site.
The one that I got?
The one that your buddy gave you.
Okay.
Let me look at the fit and I'll verify that. And then you should be able to just go out there. And like I said, if all else fails, my Stratios can come and rescue you. Yeah. Oh yeah. This thing's gonna just stop that event. All right. So load up the ammo, and then go and kill the final boss.
Load up the ammo. Yeah, about that ammo. We need to buy some ammo, I guess.
No, it's in the cargo hold.
Did it come with it?
He gave you rounds in the cargo hold. Marcus points out that the Destroyer skill book is now part of the login event or login rewards for a new player. I think it's on day 2 or day 3. That's a good point.
Oh, is this the thingy?
Yeah, so you're going to load, let's just load standard for right now. It's the mid-range ammo.
All 4 of them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The weapons, the weapons are
loaded.
grouped, so they'll load them all at the same time.
Yeah, I thought it was individual. Okay. Okay, so I don't think I need to do anything else. We just go.
Absolutely. You should be fine.
Do we have a skin for this?
A Punisher? Yeah, you were given
I
a
think I got a
given a
skin
Punisher
for it.
skin.
Yeah, let's put it in.
MJ44Y,
Damn
thank you
shame
for
to
joining
not
us down the
make
rabbit
it,
hole with Online.
Blingy.
No, yes.
How do we do that again?
So open up your inventory, go to the item hanger. I think the skins are at the all the way at the bottom. And then
Punisher.
right click on the Punisher one and say activate skin license.
Show, view, sell, buy, create, fund, activate skin license. We're sure you want to activate Punisher, blah, blah, blah. Activate skin will consume the item and give Flambass permanent permission to apply skin to the following ship Punisher.
Mm-hmm.
Note that you cannot deactivate and retrieve the item again after activating.
Yep.
So if you want another skin, you have to basically destroy the previous one.
No, what they're saying is that once you activate this skin for you, you can never take it off your character.
Ah, okay. You can't gift it later on
Right.
or something like that.
Remember,
No,
some of
that's
these
cool.
skins are extremely expensive and rare or hard to get. So, once a skin is applied to a character, it's theirs forever. So now open up the fitting window. On the left-hand side, you see the wrench in the symbol that looks like a skin. Click on the skin. It's above the wrench. It's on the left-hand side of the fitting window before the left panel. Like just to the left of the fitting area.
You're talking about this?
Yep.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
skills.
Oh,
wrench. Here it is.
Yeah. So click on the thing above the wrench.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
I was
skins.
looking here at
So
first.
now you can see that there's one listed under My Skins. And if you click on it, poof, it applies.
That's it. Just one
That's
left click. And,
literally it. You can now do that to any
Sweet.
Punisher you sit in.
Sweet. Awesome. Okay.
No, we are not doing faction warfare yet, Nth Dimensional. We are at the final mission of the Career Agent.
Warfare. I went too early for that.
Yeah. That is what I normally do, so it is on the agenda if you're interested.
My question right now is how time-wise, how far away am I to getting a ship like this in my possession with everything that this ship has
The only
at a
difference,
regular pace? Like if nobody gifted it me, how long would it take me to get this, get my hands on this thing on my own?
well, however long it takes for you to travel to a Mara trade hub and buy one.
How much does it cost?
If you open up your fitting, it should give you the estimated price of the entire fitting in the lower left or lower right. And then if you hover over that number, it should break down the cost by item.
Is that 1.4 million?
Tom Bombardil, thank you for joining us down the rabbit hole, Online.
Is that the number that I'm looking for?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so I had about 800K on my own, 880 so not
These things are
okay.
cheap. These things are super
it's
cheap.
not that expensive. You can get it relatively easy. I just wanted to know just how freaking big or small leap did I just take by sitting in this ship?
Tech
And
1
I'm
frigates
actually
are
happy that I didn't take too huge of a leap.
Tech 1
I
frigates
hate
are
skipping.
disposably cheap.
Okay. So undock. What did I need to do again? Fuck, I already forgot about the mission. But
You got to go kill the bad guy.
Okay, easy.
It's just the final boss. He's got a couple of assistants. Like I said, I will be ready to warp to you if for some reason things go horribly wrong, but you should be absolutely fine.
Okay, well, first of all, what I want to know is what is this? This is the afterburner, the stasis, armor repair. So I can just trigger that as soon as I start taking armor damage. Damage control. The fuck is that?
Damage
Shield
control will
damage.
damage control will give you better resistances, so you take less damage when they hit you.
So I activate that
No.
before the fight?
So any of your
Or is
modules
it
that don't
passive?
have a green bar at the top are passive.
Passive, okay.
You can
awesome.
hide your passive modules if you don't want to deal with them.
Multi-spectrum coding. What the Did I just get hit by rockets?
People are hitting you with the fireworks. You can zoom out to see them in their
Fuck you guys, you
totality.
scared the shit out of me. I just saw the missile. Oh wow, that's actually pretty as hell. Dude, I thought I was about to get blown up. I just saw the missile.
Again, and that's one of the things I really, really love about EVE Online, and in particular EVE streaming,
Oh
which is that
my god.
you are in the exact same sandbox as everyone else at all times.
I literally just saw the missile fly in my butt, and I'm like, big explosion, and the what's it called? Like everything is shaking. I'm like, oh shit, am I dead? Wait, I'm full armor, full shields, and then another one hit me. I'm like, I'm panicking, but but nothing is happening. How many people are here? What is this? Jesus Christ. Wow, that didn't take long for these guys to lock and do all this.
Nope.
How much does this cost, all this fireworks?
Cheap.
Okay.
Like free
They're
cheap.
Not wasting too much on this.
In fact, CCP during these holidays they give away a bunch of fireworks at the beginning of each holiday. So, as a matter of fact, if you look on the left-hand side, you've got a challenge to go to a specific like ship or like a location and fire a firework at a Titan.
Oh, okay. So these bloody weapons that I got on this ship are literally 12-kilometer optimal range.
Mm-hmm.
This is like
Well,
more than double of what I had.
Well, you can check it out. So right-click on this on that weapon, and then it should show you all the different ammo types that you can have. Swap it to multi-frequency, and then see what your range is.
Aha, 5.7.
So like I said, these crystals will allow you to instantly swap what your optimal range is, with the shorter optimal range weapon ammo also doing more damage, obviously.
Damage cost 75 and 30 HP.
All these people want me to go take you to the Titans. We'll get there eventually. I'll probably be what wraps it up. We're already well past our 2-hour mark, so.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I thought about just finishing this mission and calling it, and then we can do whatever.
Can we at least go to the
like,
parade grounds first? Which is, I mean, it's a few jumps, but we'll head over there and I'll show you the because we've been talking so much about it. I wouldn't want to talk it up so much and then not go.
All right, sure.
Okay, cool. So do this mission and then
Yeah, we'll go kill the big bad boss.
we'll go head over to Mar Prime and say hi to some ships.
How does Eve compare to Elite Dangerous? I think Elite Dangerous, from what I saw, I never played either of the two games, but I've seen some people and videos playing it. It's like first person as opposed to on a bigger scale, I would say. Like Elite Dangerous really feels like you're in the cockpit and you're flying yourself and you can leave the ship and do whatever. Yeah, like a flight sim kind of thing. Whereas this is more tactical, sort of.
Eve is far more.
Oh shit! Are these the guys?
Yeah.
Mercenary terrorist leader and shit.
Yeah. Eve Online is way more about the interconnection of systems, rather than the actual like moment-to-moment gameplay. More, right? It's about the meta. It's about what everything means to each other.
Oh, I actually don't need this. This is for armor. How are we doing? I'm not doing anything to him. What the fuck?
Can you web him and make sure to turn on your afterburner?
Turn on your afterburner.
And
Oh, now we're doing some damage.
are you close enough to him still? Or I guess you're fine.
Yeah, I mean, I should.
You're fine.
12 kilometers, and we're on 10. Oh, maybe I was too far when I started shooting.
Looks like you're gonna be fine. I'm watching.
What do we say the webbing does again? Reduces target ship velocity by 50, so I guess it makes it easier to hit?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I should have probably went for his goons first.
But the web also has a very short range comparatively. So if you're fighting somebody above 8 kilometers, then webs aren't very Unless you have a nice
yeah,
web,
it says 10.
they're hard to apply.
So, there we go.
All right, good to go.
Oh, I ain't leaving until these bastards are dead. Orbit. I don't know. 7.5.
I'll help a little bit.
Is there any sort of like ship repairs you need to do when you get back to the station? And you barely survived or anything, or
if
is
you
it
take-
just you're alive? That's it.
If you take armor or hull damage, or if you do module heat damage, which is what happens if you overheat your weapons, which is something we haven't talked about yet. But those things you can repair. You may have to repair in the station. But like if you take armor damage, you could also just undock and run your armor repper until it's done.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Okay, I think that's it.
But shields regenerate automatically, obviously.
Now you give me this message? Thanks, game. That's very useful. You should target more enemies, I think. Oh, you think I can target more than one? I think you need skills for that, right?
You can lock up to 2 targets at a time at first without any skills.
Oh. Okay. So you just lock the first and then lock the second?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Am I playing PvE or PvP right now? I think this is all PvE content because it's part of the tutorials and the first missions and stuff.
Yeah, we're sticking to PvE today. We'll see what happens in future sites. Like I said, I'm very much letting him like draw his own path, and I'm just going to give him guidance as he likes to.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I'm going to be linking speaking of not telling you what to do, I'm linking you a system. Go ahead and set that as your destination, and we're going to be heading that way.
Linking me a system?
In Fleet.
Where?
So if you go to your chat windows, you should see that one of your chat windows is called Fleet.
Fleet. Okay.
You can go ahead and right-click on that name, Amar, and set destination. And then when you turn in that mission, you can then start heading towards Amar Prime. It's actually only 4 jumps away, so it's not that far.
Okay, cool.
So Amar Prime is going to be important to us for 2 reasons. One, you're asking about where to buy stuff. Because things have physical location in this game, generally speaking, if you want to buy like a full ship and a fit, it is always recommended to go to a trade hub because that's where people are buying and selling stuff. Otherwise, it's the equivalent of like kind of just walking down the street and seeing if there's somebody who has something for sale just randomly or something, right? Like, so by going to Amar, which is the Amarian trade hub, or better yet, Jita, which is kind of the entire cluster's trade hub, the Jita trade hub, which is in Caldari space. Like, Jita trade hub is the trade hub of Eve. If it can be bought and sold in Eve, it's bought and sold in Jita.
Okay.
But the Amar Prime, Dodixie, Heck, and Ren's are secondary trade hubs. Amar is in Amar space, Dodixie is in Galente space, and Heck and Ren's are in Mimitar space. So going to at least one of the trade hubs in order to make your purchases is a good idea.
So I just undock now?
Yep. So go ahead and undock. Did you right-click and set destination to the Amar?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So when you undock, one of your stargates in your overview will be yellow. That will indicate the next system in your autopilot. Just feel free to keep selecting that one and telling it to jump, and you'll warp to 0 and jump through.
I see it. So warp to 0 meters?
Yeah, you can radial menu up. I recommend just hitting jump because then you'll warp to 0 and jump through. You don't need to give a warp command at all. So you can either have it be in the selected item window and click jump. You can radial menu up and jump, or technically you can right menu and jump, but that's probably the worst way to do it. You can also find the next entry in your autopilot on the left-hand side under your panels. It'll show you your full overview. It should also show you your next systems and all that stuff. I don't see it. Yeah. So it's about halfway down on your left panels. There's a bunch of like blue dots or squares.
Wait, we're talking about this left part of the... Oh, this?
Yep.
No.
That's your autopilot. That's your route. So that shows you all of the systems remaining in your route.
So, Shevin, Peru domain? Or this Amar Throne Worlds domain?
So what that's saying is that the next route, the next system in your route is Chavin, and your eventual destination is Amar. So if you look, the next gate that you need to jump through is the Chavin gate.
Yep.
You could actually radio off of the word Chavin on your autopilot if you wanted to.
Warp drive active.
Or you can also right-click on it if you want to.
Yeah, we already.
Yeah. I'm just letting you know. Like I said, 80% of this game is UI management. So I'm teaching you little tricks and tips and tricks about how to interact with things.
How full is Flambass' brain of new info? Well, I mean, all the stuff that it's required for me to kind of play and do it all the time. Like, everything, let's put it this way. Not everything, but I'm guessing most of the stuff that I actually actively did in today's stream and yesterday playing on my own, playing the tutorial, I kind of, to a certain degree, wait, I'm invisible.
Yeah, every time when you jump through a gate, you have what's called a cloak, a gate cloak. Basically, it allows you time to load the grid and all that stuff and figure out what the hell you're going to do in the event that you jump into like a gate camp or something like that. So you have an undefeatable, I think, 1 minute long cloak when you jump. But the second time, as soon as you move or do anything, it breaks.
Oh shit. Okay.
Brendan Galios. Hey,
so, yeah,
07 you. Thank you so much for that sub.
Sort of,
07's in chat.
Remember where to go and how to do it. Not everything, but most of it, I would say. But some of the theory and names and such, like that's gonna just come eventually. Not even.
Brendan Gallows also coming in with 2 more gifted subs. Going to Daddy Deep and Trader Torres.
A lot of stuff you just.
Thank you so much, man. 07 to you. Or 70 if you're one of them brave folk.
So next thing should be Amar. Here we go.
Yep.
Okay, that's useful. I bet everybody else already jumped there.
Yeah, I'm already here. There is 250 people in Amar right now.
Oh boy. Here we go. 18 years of my life. Okay. Oh, we just jumped through. Okay.
Yep, no problem.
I was about to say, like, just looks like a gate.
So now that we're on grid with each other, I can now warp the fleet. So just go ahead and accept the warp when I give it to you.
Am I jumping again?
No, you're warping with me. Like I said,
I didn't have to accept anything though.
No, yeah, sorry, you didn't have to cancel it. That's what I meant by
okay.
accept. You can cancel a warp once you've started it, so I just say accept the warp as a way of saying, like, just let it happen.
Holy shit! What the fuck is...
So this
Those
is
are Titans.
This is the Empress of Amar's honor guard. You can feel free to fly throughout it. There's all kinds of Amarian ships in this area. You can see faxes. You can see Titans. You can see dreadnoughts. You can see battleships. The whole Amarian war fleet is here.
This is never gonna stop scaring me. Jesus, fuck. Dude. I just thought I exploded. Oh my lord.
Man, it's still loading for me. That's very funny.
That's a lot of fireworks. Jesus. I bet if there's a random person just standing on the side, being like, what the hell is going on? What is that?
I mean, random fireworks being fired off in Amar Prime is not the most uncommon thing in the world, but yeah.
I literally can't see because of it. Oh my god, that is a lot of ships.
Yes.
I just realized. I was only noticing the first Titans, but look at all these smaller ones behind.
Yeah, so part of the thing is that the previous Empress was kind of assassinated under very spooky considerations. And so it was very, very important to the Amarr and the current Amarr Empress to show off exactly how strong the Amarr are. And hence this display of force by showing the Honor Guard.
And what I'm seeing right now is probably nothing in comparison to what players in this game have. Is that a correct guess?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
What I'm seeing right now, the amount of ships and stuff that I'm surrounded with, that's probably a small fraction of what players actually own in this game.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly how many are on grid, but, you know, player fleets can number in the hundreds, if not, you know, more. Well, technically a fleet can't be higher than 250.
More than 100 ships here.
That's true.
It's probably a few hundred.
Battleships, you know, you could get plenty of now. This is a lot of Titans. I mean, this would be a significant fleet if it was deployed.
Yeah, it's 12 Titans.
But, you know, I could definitely. I bet you Goonswarm could probably fight this fleet.
Are there any battleships right now here?
Yes, the smaller ones are battleships. The ones that are a little bit bigger than the battleships are the Providences are freighters.
So Amarr Apostle Force Auxiliary, what is that?
Force Auxiliary are like the capital healers. They're the capital sized ships that heal other ships.
Holy shit, this is a battleship! You weren't joking when you said that thing looks like a bug in comparison. Oh my lord! I thought that these were like smaller, like destroyers and crap, frigates or whatever. You know, all right, so that's a shit ton of small ships. And then I'm guessing that these might be battleships and then Titans. These little shits here, those are all battleships.
Yes, the smallest ships.
I can only imagine how this would look like if now you threw a gazillion amount of like cruisers and destroyers and frigates and small. Holy shit.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Timerian points out that 12 Titans and 4 Faxes would get shredded by a lot of groups. And that's true, for sure. Although there is 6 Faxes and 12 Titans, but at the same time, there are definitely player forces that could take on this fleet. I'll put it that way. Oh, and now you've been assassinated.
Okay.
Huh. So, remember I told you that anybody can attack you at any time?
Uh-huh.
Somebody decided it was worth it. So, let's break down what we can do about that. First things first, your ship is gone, but your wreck is available. Somebody might be able to loot the wreck in order to get your stuff. I'll head over there to get it. We can buy a new ship now that you're in Amarr. And the person who just attacked you, you now have a kill right against them. And so you could either sell that on the market or you can use it whenever you want to make him able to be attacked by anybody for 15 minutes.
Okay. Let's take it step by step. First
Sure.
of all, do I piss off with my capsule from here?
I would warp, and so you want to dock up in the Amarr trading post, which is Amarr Emperor Family Academy, Amarr 8.
Yeah, Oris. Right?
Yep. That is the yes. That is the docking, or that is the main trade hub of Amarr.
I just saw I heard the what's it called? The alarm.
Yeah.
And shields and armor were already red as I took a look at it, and then I just exploded.
You,
like, okay, all right, I guess.
It'll probably be pretty funny to go look at my tape when that happens, because obviously I have all of your audio in my thing, and so all I heard was that there was a gank happening, and I didn't know at first whether or not it was you or me. And my ship is a lot more than yours. So for a second there, I was like, oh shit. And then I was like, oh good, it's only him.
You know what? I was thinking to myself, do I take my bug, my cockroach from the start, or do I go in my shiny new one? And I'm like, I'm going to go in my shiny new one. I should have known.
No, check this out.
I should have known.
This is actually really cool. This lets us show how easy it is to Thanks, James. Man, he sacked oh no, a catalyst. Never mind.
Okay, so what do we do now?
In the lower right-hand corner, you have your notifications. If you click on that, you should see that you have a notification of your kill. If you open up that,
right turn.
No, but it's actually the picture of the Punisher.
Oh, kill report available.
Yep.
Click on that.
Yep. So this is a record of your kill. Every kill in the game between players will generate a kill mail for both the killing blow and the person who got killed. So this is a permanent record of this loss. Congratulations. But if you look in the lower right-hand corner, there is a button that says Buy All that would allow you to simply buy another copy of this ship and all of its stuff. And then you can also hit Simulate Fit to look at it as a fit first, and then you can buy it all. So you could actually save this. Oh, that's somebody giving you stuff. I have I think somebody's giving you the stuff that they pulled off of the catalyst, and I have the stuff that was pulled off of your ship.
They offer 0 ISK.
But the good news, guys, is that he didn't get a pop-up, so everybody can stop being grumpy about that now.
So I just accept this?
Sure, go for it.
Okay. Well, so what was supposed to be the pop-up?
It was a joke.
Okay. Okay, so you said something about... Oh, so do I just buy it or not buy it?
Yeah, so now you can literally hit buy all in order to get him again, but I'm going to be trading you the stuff that I pulled off your wreck.
Okay.
So you can just accept that. But yeah, if you hit buy all, it should just automatically pull up a thing that lets you just buy all the stuff.
Okay, but I don't need to. It's not about spending money. It's basically now they put me back where I belong. One way put or the other, which is back in my cockroach little shit. So I don't have a problem at all with just playing with the pace that the game is designed to be kind of played.
Well, you are technically past Corvette level stuff, so you should be in.
Wait, this is the guy.
Punishers and stuff. Whenever.
Is he just offering me 10 Punishers?
Probably.
Agent Black Bear. That's the guy that popped me.
Yep. It was no hard feelings.
No hard feelings. I was like, I think I'm about to. Yeah, I'm dead.
EVE Online literally has a song called "Killing is Just a Means of Communication."
That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 frigates.
Yeah. So just accept it.
Okay. You're receiving a ship.
Yeah.
In this trade session, keep in mind that even though you may have been told otherwise, this ship does not necessarily contain any modules or rigs.
Yep.
If you want to be safe, you should.
Anytime you're trading a fit ship, it gives that warning just to be like, hey, because you can put money in that transaction, all that sort of stuff. Just because it says that it has a fit, this isn't guaranteeing that it has anything except for just the ship. That's all that warning is telling you.
Aha. Okay. Okay.
But yeah,
I mean, he popped one of my ships and he gave me 10 in return. I guess that we call it even. I don't think we need to prosecute the guy or anything like that, right?
Normally common.
Yeah, I'd just be curious to know. I died pretty much from 2 hits.
Right.
So what was he using? Was he in a bigger ship than me, or just something small, super duper faster, more advanced than I'm?
You can actually see what ship he has, but I'm going to link you his kill mail because he sent me it, so that way you can literally see the exact fit that he used. But so the Catalyst destroyers are small ships that are known for having way more offensive capabilities and way less defensive capabilities than normal frigate level ships, right? So the Catalyst would be the Galente equivalent of your Coercer. So with 8 guns and all of them being blasters, he can do an incredible amount of damage to you very, very quickly, as you could tell.
Ooh.
And so your ship...
Yeah, he did.
Your ship was relatively thin in its tank. It usually relies on its blasters, it usually relies on its reppers to keep you alive. And given the fact that he knew what kind of ship you had...
click rep.
Exactly. He blitzed through it so fast, you just exploded. which is what
Yeah.
I mean. That's what that's what these ships are designed to do.
Alarm. Yeah, it was first I heard the alarm and I was like, something might be happening in my brain. And then second I saw 2 bars fully red.
Yep.
And before I could even say anything, my ship just exploded. I'm like, wow, okay.
Right. So what'll happen is like if you're in a freighter or in a mining ship or in something that's like expensive or has expensive things attached to it, you jump through a gate and suddenly you see like a dozen of these things on the gate and you know it's already over. Like as soon as you align, they just lock and shoot and they do so much damage so fast that they just pop you.
Wait, can they lock on you while you are invisible?
No, but if you see that sensor booster in their mid slot, that means that they can basically lock you in a second.
So you click warp and
they lock and
before
shoot you.
You basically make it to warp, they just get you.
Yep. And if for some reason you're using something that is like catalysts are really used, especially on like mining ships. Like a single catalyst can pop an untanked mining ship, but 2 or 3 of them can pop most like little PvE mining ships that you'll run into in high sec. As you scale up, there are ships like the Talos, which is a battle cruiser in the Galente line that gets used for like ganking bigger things like freighters and whatnot. Just realize that with enough firepower, it's basically a math game. You cannot avoid being ganked by just raw tank alone. You must avoid the actual gank itself if you want to stay alive, because they can always bring enough.
Do people know that somebody just passed through the gate?
Yes.
So there's an indication that something just warped in.
Correct.
And is about to try to warm up and they're ready.
Correct. But more importantly...
They're literally just looking at where you are, and then the second you show up, they just lock you, and then you're fucked.
Right. But more importantly, you didn't notice that... This isn't true in this case, but like in this scenario, what you didn't notice was 2 jumps ago, there was somebody else on a gate that scanned you and saw that your cargo was worth something. And so that trap was ready, waiting for you, and and we're already watching you when you jump through.
What is this?
98%.
Oh, is this my ship?
I think that's just another Punisher.
Well, it's a 98% damage, so this could be my ship.
No, your ship is dead. But this, like, they're just giving you a ship that already has damage on it for some reason. You can repair it. That ship has been used. Oh, it's a. So this is an Abyss Punisher. So this is for if you want to do instanced PvE, trying it out. But that's a whole nother. That's a kettle of fish we haven't touched yet.
Okay, so what? I just accept this?
Yep, go ahead and accept it.
Okay. Wow, I'm starting to have way too many things.
Oh.
Hard to manage.
My sweet summer child.
Yeah, I know.
I will say that there are certain tools that you can use. Like there's a tool that I like called JEVE Assets, which is a third-party tool that you can use to monitor all of your assets across all of your characters, which is kind of handy.
So what do I do now with this screen? Like,
well, I mean, literally at this point, it's whatever you want. You can return back and continue to do career agents. We can jump into the next thing. We can you finish the military career agents. There's still the exploration and business industry and industry career agents to do, but it's kind of like whatever the hell you want at this point. This is your Eve.
Oh, so this is the part where it's like do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, like I said, if you wanted to do the rest of the career agents, the exploration career agent would be very useful at practicing scanning and hacking. But otherwise, you're basically increasingly getting to the point where it's like, well, what do you want to do? And there are options. If you like the idea of missions, the Sisters of Eve epic arc, known as the Bloodstained Stars, is kind of the next thing. It's this 40, 50 long mission kind of chain.
Yeah, we'll be doing more of that next time. I was just curious, like, how do I'm supposed to have like 10 Punishers at this dock right now? Considering I accepted them, or are they somewhere else?
So if you look on your ship hangar, if you look in the ship hangar area, there they all are.
I needed to click up here.
Yep. And you can actually see them all listed below it too, since they're all assembled, and then you'd be able to look.
Yeah, but I was clicking here, and then it was just ammo.
Right. Well, that's the cargo of that one Punisher.
Yeah. Okay. Well, 1 for 10 ain't that bad, Chet. Hold on.
We have, yep. There is an asset. It's being pointed out that there is the assets window allows you to see your assets no matter where they are. But I like Jave assets because it allows you to see things that are maybe inside of a ship that assets don't find, and also on like multiple characters.
Okay, so I would need to go back to my home
Right.
dock to continue doing those bases and such, right?
Correct. So if you open up your assets window, you'll see that you still have assets in that other station.
Where would that be?
Assets is like the fourth down. It's the box with this asterisk in it, right below your item hanger or item inventory on the
I'm
Neocom side.
looking at the agency, not the assets. Sorry, wrong one.
So one of those is the one that you came from.
Oh, fucking hell. That was the wrong one. Depari 2, I believe.
Yeah, that's it. So now
And
just right click on that,
items.
set destination.
And then I do the
And then
whole
just
thing, jumping back.
Head on home. Yep.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Not playing this wipe. I will. I'm slowly getting into Tarkov again because it was actually pretty intense and bright for my eyes. Because in Tarkov, you really have to focus on what's ahead of you, and everything was bright and the sky and the green and everything, so I kind of postponed it. But right now, Eve sounds good. So do I need to? Oh yeah, I need to find the yellow thingy.
Well, you can always use the left-hand panel. Where it shows you your next destination, like it says Ashab on the left-hand side. You can actually use the word of the next system, and you can either right-click on it or radial menu off of it if you want. Also, if you're using an autopilot set destination like this, then when you jump through, your selected item window should pre-select the next gate. So you should just be able to click jump in your selected item window and just continue to navigate warp to zero, jump through, warp to zero, jump through.
Okay. You're going to teach me that next time.
Well, just notice that when you jump through here, your selected item window is selecting already pre-selected the next gate. So the third button over on the selected item window is jump. So you can just keep on clicking that jump button over and over again, and it'll automatically just work.
Where do you see that jump button?
Top right, it's the selected item window.
What is this? This align to, warp to? Oh, this button.
Yep. So again, that selected item box should always have the next system in your route pre-selected.
Yeah, that's a lot easier. Alright, cool.
Hello, sorry.
Stack your guns. It's easier to salvo, mate. What do you mean stack your guns? Do I just drag them on top of each other? Oh. Good advice. Although I wouldn't mind being like F1, F2, F3, F4. Oh, open up. Yeah, go do your thing. Well, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it for today, my dudes. I'm just gonna attempt to get back home again and dock there. And for today, like, we literally did, I think we were supposed to do like 2-hour session. I think we got it like 3.5-hour sssession, almost double. But yeah, I am definitely going to be doing more of this. Oh, okay.
Excellent.
And it's not bad at all. And I'm sure I'm just scratching the surface still. So glad to see you, Eve. Glad to be here. Like, and I'm sure this is going to be a hell of a lot more fun when I start playing like in a with packs of people and not just solo drifting and whatever. But yeah,
I mean, we are literally just dinking around with the tutorial at the moment.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm sure I'm only scratching the surface. But thank you for all the donations within the game. I think I have something like, oh, hello.
Great stuff. Great stuff.
Hey, Joda, thank you for that.
What is it? Like 1.8?
Yep.
Where is my
Somewhere there.
1.8 billion ISK, and I've been playing for about 5 hours.
That's some pretty good ISK per hour for a new bro. Let me tell you.
Yeah, it's like not bad, not bad. Doc, sweet.
Warp drive active.
And since my
So yeah,
Since
thank
my-
you. Thank you for well, I guess mentoring me.
absolutely sure, it's a good time.
We almost did the double dose.
It's true.
This-
Well,
and I'm surprised my eyes were holding, but they do feel very tired.
fair enough.
Docking permission.
Well, I can since my son just got picked up, I can actually keep on going if you want to raid over, and I can just show people stuff, whatever they want.
Yeah, sure thing. I won't give up. Ash needs to explain stealth bombers to you.
There's
Okay?
there's
Don't you
lot.
think it's a little bit too soon?
There's a lot to cover, guys. Come on.
I mean, I'm still learning the basics of where to find what, where to click what.
Yeah.
We're gonna do this at least 4 more times.
Yep.
So don't worry, plenty of content coming. I'm just glad that so far I like what I see, and game looks fantastic. So yeah. I am actually going to. You're on Discord exactly the same as on Twitch, correct?
Correct.
Active.
Okay. So I'm actually going to have to copy paste and update to your name. Can you pronounce your name for me?
Ashtarothi.
Do that again.
Ashtarothi. Just Ash is
Ashtarothi.
fine.
Okay. So yeah, we'll be doing this more in the future. I hope you dudes enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching and supporting and all that stuff. Check out the YouTube, the Twitter, Discord, and follow everywhere. That's the easiest way to put it. And of course, check Ash. I'll be rating him right now for doing pretty detailed and awesome work of explaining everything. I'm sure there's like 3 Bibles left of text to explain to me in the future, but that's gonna be it for me for today. There's just so much my eyes can handle in one day. I don't exactly have a particular date or day when we can continue doing this, as far as I'm concerned. If these are the hours that you usually stream, we might just do it again tomorrow-ish. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we can chat. I'm very flexible, so as long as we know when it is, then I can make it happen.
Yeah, awesome. Well, that's gonna be it. Thank you, my dude. I will catch you later.
Awesome.
And sending dudes over to you.
I will do my
Have
best
fun.
to take good care of your audience. Thank you very much for hanging out with us.
Immortal.
Yeah, catch you later.
And